Hello, board members. How are we doing this fine American Thanksgiving Thursday? Well, I hope. As it is Thursday, we'll be doing some Age of Decadence on Tactical Thursday. We started this up last week where we had quite a bit of fun with it. It's turning out a little bit different than I was really expecting. Um, Off the top of my head, I was expecting it to require a little bit more combat, something along the lines of like a Fallout, like original Fallout, or Dead State, or something along those lines, where combat was going to be a little bit more of a requirement. But with this, it seems like we've managed to come up with a pretty interesting character who's been able to, talk their way through most things. In fact, we've managed to somehow not kill anybody yet, I think, technically. Technically speaking, we haven't killed anybody yet. I think the closest we've come is technically we led a gang of marauders into an attack against a rival like clan or house, and they destroyed each other. But since we didn't kill anybody directly, doesn't count. Outside of that, though, I think we're doing quite well. Whoop. And obviously, as you cannot tell, this will be an immersive stream because it's a holiday, and I'm gonna be lazy. Okay, let's see. I think we're just continuing. But yeah, so last week we kind of got our foot in the door about figuring out how this world works, and then like I said, the big thing we did was deal with the enemy mine and the raider camp, kind of simultaneously. So. Yeah, so this was the mine that we freed up. Okay, no. Gotta remember all the buttons. Oh yeah, I forgot we don't even have a weapon out right now. What's the point? 3 to 6, 4 to 7. Let's have our one stabbing dagger here. All of our random alchemical components, our random pre-collapse tech. We're just gonna hang on to this. We're gonna hang on to this battery and come back here later when it fits our needs. You see. All right. So world map. Let's see. Oh, we can leave and go to someplace else. Apparently. Well, let's not do that yet. I don't know what's gonna happen when we get here. Sometimes stuff just triggers when you load into an area, so we'll find out. But currently we are on the good side of the ruler of the starting town, Tehran. And on the bad side of our murderous trainer? Our murderous, what's the name? The guy who trained us, Fang, I think is what his name is. We have 351 gold. I think we need a little bit more before we can buy that necklace off of the guy. Let's see. So... okay, that's what I was missing. I'm like, I know there's an interact thing. Where's that at? Poster. Okay, so I think standing quests, we've got... let me see. Find. We had led one of the failed expeditions in search of the temple. Oh, okay. So that's why we got invited to go there. A prospector agreed to sell you his amulet. That was the 500. Yeah, 500 imperial. You aren't going for any guild moment if you fail to find a gainful employment in Tehran. Talk to Madan's guild master. Yeah, we don't have a guild at the moment because we had our trainer was arrested for attempting to murder the other new lore master. Fang mentioned that Eleanor, his former master, has discovered a safe way into the abyss. His name is supposed to be some kind of key. Find out what it opens. Yeah, I don't think we can do that here. Okay, those are what we're missing. So we just need the 500 gold to pay for the necklace, I guess. Not that it's probably going to be worth it, but... let's see, there was also a dispute going on over here about some, like, a mugging or something. It looks like it's still going on. Let's go see if we can talk our way through a mugging. I think it was over here. I see a small group of thugs harassing the passerby while drinking wine. It might be wiser to turn around. Keep walking? You see, seeing that you're alone, the thugs come to the conclusion that you make an easy victim. Encouraging each other with shouts, they block the road and wait for your approach. Attack them from a distance or approach. Well, okay, so this is just straight up a fight. There's nothing else we can do here. Oh, okay. So this is just straight up a fight. Well, that's kind of lame. I thought maybe we could talk our way through this, but what can you do? Fight your way through. Critical strike. Slit his throat. Aim is off and your blade hits his collarbone instead of his throat. The thug yells in pain and attacks. Hits his collar. There's a... Maybe they mean I just sliced his collarbone. Maybe that's what they mean. That I didn't stab him in the collarbone. There's a major artery that runs underneath your collarbone. As this woman just walks through the middle of a mugging. Okay. We'll definitely die in this fight. There's no way we're winning this fight. Yeah, I know how a fight works. I know how the fight works, and it's not going to go in our favor. I mean, there's one of us, and there's 4 of them. Yeah, this isn't going to go well for us. Oh, let's see. To hit chance. I mean, what is our normal to hit chance right now? 64% for a fast attack, which has a... To hit chance is increased for that. Okay. Let's do a... What do I got? 8? So we'll do a leg. Okay, dodge the leg. Why did the THC... I guess because it's a leg attack? Dodged. Okay. Well, I mean, we'll give this a shot. Not that it's going to do us any good. I mean, we're definitely going to die here, but... Dodged. Ow. Wow, I'm surprised we have armor at all. Yeah, we're just totally dead here. I don't know why they got 2 turns in a row, but okay. So yeah, I guess it's just combat only. Weird. I think that's this one. This is just us, I think, getting back into this first town. Yeah, I don't know how you would win that. I guess if you just... you get good at the critical strike at the beginning. And then I guess maybe something along the lines of... maybe you retreat and get them kind of in a corridor so you're fighting them one-on-one. Please help us, please, the old man. Leading the group, I'll pay you back, I promise. I'm a smith. Look, he shows you his rough, callous hands. Help me and I will repay your kindness tenfold. Let's try to do some trading. Alright, I'll take 100, says the guard, like he's doing you a favor. You get a new insight in the liberal arts and trades, which can be increased your non-combat skills. One civil skill point gained. Pay the entrance levy. Guard shrugs, takes your money, and lets the refugees in. The old man leading the group stops in front of you. I'm in your debt, stranger, but I'll swear that I'll repay you. My name is Imalis. Look for me at the market square. Okay. Easy enough. Assuming that, you know... Merchants Plaza, I'm guessing, is what he's talking about. Plaza guard. Crates. Customer. Ah, there he is. I've been waiting for you, my friend. Thank you to your generosity, my family is safe. It seems that there is a good demand for bronze armor. I've got several orders, but repaying my debt to you comes first. Please accept this humble gift. The armor of my people, may it keep you safe. So what happened to your village? Raider says Amelis. It's getting really bad out there. The wasteland breed this scum faster than ever before. 10 years ago, we were able to fend for ourselves. Last year, we spent more time fighting off raiders than farming. You just can't survive on your own anymore. So there's nothing left? There are a few places here and there. If they're well defended, they have a chance, but for how long? Once raiders come, you start losing men, and then it's only a matter of time. You need something that keeps raiders away. What would keep them away? Heard of a place called Infuri? Infuri? Aptly named, in the old days, the word meant sacrifice or offered to the souls of the dead heroes. They say the village is built around a pit which connects this world with one below. Some say it leads into Tartarus itself. I don't know if it's true or not, but I was told that raiders avoid Infuri as it were a plague. Locals have a habit of throwing lone travelers down into the pit to thank the souls below for their protection and blessing. Maybe it's their madness that keeps them safe. Maybe it's the souls of those long gone. I tell you, Shade a Swirl, the wasteland can be a strange place sometimes. Oh, I bet that's the Dungeon Rats thing, right? Ika said that's set in the same universe, and that sounds like a big underground dungeon where you would go if you were a dungeon rat, so that makes sense. Order of Honor success. Wait, Shade of Swirl, I need to talk to you about something. When our settlement was attacked, the writing was already on the wall. We had less than 20 men left, most of them wounded from the previous attacks. It was a bad year for us, so we grabbed what we could and ran. Never out of it, but dying with the rest of them wouldn't have made any difference. My family comes first, principles second. I had money, a lot of money. If you can get it for me, a third is yours. You think it's still there? The stash is well hidden, which is why I couldn't get to it in time. You need to know where to look. Give me your word and I'll tell you. You trust a stranger? I don't have a choice. I'm not going back there, so if I trust no one, my money is good as gone. If I make a deal with you, I get a chance to get some money back. I asked around about you, Shade of Swirl. They say you keep your word, so that's good enough for me. So, do I have your word? This place is probably crawling with the raiders. How much is there? Sure, Sure, you have my word. How much is there? 1,200 Imperials, keep 400 to bring the rest to me. Do we have a deal? Wasteland has been kind to you. What a streetwise success. What? What does that mean? What are you saying? I'm saying that there is no way that this story when you told me. What? I'm saying there is more to this story than what you have told me. Well, do you already need to know, Shade of Swirl? Are you in or are you out? I'm in. Amillis Village added the map. Leave. Alright, cool. And he gave me armor? Oh, he did. Look at that. Let's see. Fyrogen armor. High quality leather armor crafted from overlapping upwards rows of lacquered pieces of hardened leather laced together with silk thread. Cool. Wow, I didn't quite expect it to radically change our outfit so much, but that's cool. I'm down for that. Armor is a 3 versus an armor of 1. Defense goes up 1. CS defense goes up by 32. Dang. That seems good. Critical strike defense, that's drastically better, actually. I'm happy with that. Damage is 2 to 5. Still not doing a lot of damage. We have to rely on the neck stabbing. But yes, the daggers and the swords seem actually really good. Oh, and we increased our skill. Increase your skills, 2 points gained. I didn't even see that part. Where are we at for that right now? Not that one, I guess. This one? This one. Oh, current. Oh, general skills. Dang. I didn't realize we had that many of them. Wow. All right. Interesting that our our loyalty's down because we upset our master. Prestige, world honor. But we do have that one world honor, which is nice. Some opportunities simply can't be missed, yeah. House of Dartan's really happy with us. A manipulator. Which I find funny. But, I mean, it's true. We did manipulate a crazy combat. Let's see. Maybe we start doing sneak? Moving unseen and no. Sneaking is a very convenient, hassle-free way to visit places that aren't open to general public. Works most notably with lockpicking. Because I think everything goes up to a maximum of 10, right? I'm trying to think how I want to do this. I wasn't really interested in taking up crafting, but we're going to have to do it if we want to figure out what that metal production thing is going to do for us. Traps. I mean, sneak is probably going to quickly become more important as we go about not killing people. Impersonate. Etiquette. Understanding of proper behavior protocols and how to apply them to your benefit. I mean, I'm not worried about alchemy going any further. Like, we know the things we need to know for alchemy, so... I mean, maybe we just put, like, etiquette and sneak? Get the couple of points in both of those? Yeah. I mean, level 2. Move while they're not looking. Genius. You cover your mouth when you sneeze most of the time. Let's see, if I do another, that'd be 20 points. That would leave me with 39, and then I could put another 20 points and another point in the dodge and a critical strike. I don't know. What does the next lore get us? Realize that knowledge is power. Your enthusiasm for learning has never been greater. Wow. I mean, lore, streetwise, and persuasion have all been super good for us. I could go persuasion and streetwise, and then do... That would leave us 19. And then maybe throw a point into dodge? Or save, and save the 20, and then maybe put another point in... Another point into dodge and critical strike? Yeah, I'm gonna do persuasion or streetwise. Yeah, I'm gonna do this, I think, for now, and we'll save the 19 points and see what comes up next. I mean, that's a lot of persuasion. That's lore and persuasion are getting very high now. I'm kind of okay with this. Okay. So we got a little bit more skill in sneak and etiquette. I feel like etiquette's going to be important once we start dealing with... I probably should have done this first, but... I think we're okay to overwrite this older stuff. Hopefully. Hopefully I don't regret this. Yes. Okay. Oh, right. World map. Okay, so we're going to the village. Hopefully this isn't just all combat all the time. That would be unfortunate. 5 SP. Ooh, for discovering the place. Raider. Okay, now did he tell me leave the gold from the settlement that was attacked by Raider? Yeah, but where is it? This village greets you with stripped down buildings and abandoned fields. Only a handful of buildings remain, all of them occupied by rough-looking men who don't look like any villagers that you've seen. You count 8 men aimlessly wandering around the village. They seem to be waiting for something or someone. Could it be you? Well, what are you waiting for? They ain't going to be killed themselves, are they? Pull out a scoped crossbow and get to work. This calls for parley. Let's see what happens if we try to sneak. Try to get closer without being noticed, but judging by the raider suddenly pointing in your direction, you failed miserably. I guess this calls for parley. Let's see. You enter the village. After a brief exchange, you're escorted to see the raiders' leader, a tall, wiry man with rugged face and eyes permanently narrowed from years of squinting into the desert sun. There's an ugly scar on his throat, as if someone slashed it but didn't put enough effort into. Did Amaryllis send you? He asks, already appearing tired of having this conversation with you. Esbenes sent me to collect money Amaryllis owes him. You have a problem with that? What if I do? Asked the raider. His voice dangerously quiet. I'm just the messenger. That's why I see it. Emma's money wasn't his to give, says the rating, calming down. If Esbenes has a different opinion on the matter, he's welcome to come here and discuss it with me. Now, where did you say Amelia stashed my money? Oh, okay. See, that wasn't very difficult, was it? Asked the raider, explaining the leather bag. A little bit light, but I'm a strong believer that something is always better than nothing. Now, take me to Amelis. Good God knows I waited long enough for this meeting. Okay, this is going in a really weird direction. You take Raiders leader and 2 men he's chosen from his mission to Tehran. Near the gates, the Raiders put his hand on the shoulder, the other one poking ribs with a dagger. The Raiders pay the entrance levies, jokes with the guards, and enter the town without raising any suspicion. You take them to Emil's house. Yes, says the Raider, grinning mercilessly. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Micahs? Asked Emilius, stepping back. Surprised? Thought you got rid of me for good, didn't you? To tell the truth, so did I. How the F did you make it through the desert with a bolt in your chest? You know what's funny, though? It's your greed that killed you. I would have never thought to look for you in Tehran, but you wanted your money, the money you stole from me. And so you led me right to you. Help me, says Emilius. Eyes looking the Raider, but he's talking to you now, pleading for his life. You need a new insight, which can be used to increase your skills. 6 skill points. So this guy used to be a Raider? Is that what I'm getting from this? Walk away. Okay. So this guy was a Raider. Or something? Wait, where am I? Wait, what's the local map? There is no local map. I don't know where I am. Am I dead? What is going on? Where am I? I guess I'm just on a blank path in the road. What? All right. Let's go here. Happy I saved before I left. I'll tell you that much. Oh, okay, it looks like they're gone. The door is barred. And the door is also barred. The door is barred. The door is barred. Okay, I guess I can't, like, do anything here. So the guy used to be... I guess... So he used to be a bandit, and then they turned on him when he refused to pay. I just noticed, is this a boat at the bottom of this crevasse? Weird. But I do like this very, like, clear battlefield zone with the divots and stuff from explosions and whatnot. I assume this is probably the evil pit thing they were talking about. I guess we go back here? So our stealth wasn't high enough. I wonder how high a stealth I need. I mean, we have the points to just kind of throw into that, so... And presumably, what's-his-face is dead now? Oh yeah, the whole cart's gone and everything. Or the whole stall is gone. Huh. Okay, wait. I want to see what happens if we... load this one. I want to see what happens if I put some points in the stealth. Because I think I can level it up one more time. I'm wondering how high I can get it before I need to succeed. Okay, so we're at 3. Okay. Let's try 3 and see what happens. I'm not scared to throw these points at things to succeed. I'm not. Okay, there's 5 more. Okay, let's try 3 first and see how that goes. Sneak. Nope, failure. So if 3 isn't enough. So what happens if we just leave? Oh, okay, now we get pushed back to this blank road. Okay. Okay, so if I go back, what happens? That was odd. Hold on 1 second. Alright, sorry about that. There was just an odd noise. I wanted to check on said odd noise. Who knows? Who knows what odd things are afoot in this building after hours? Or, you know, on the holidays, like it is. Alright, so we can put up to level 4 now on stealth. Let's see what happens when I do this. Okay, what about the sneak at level 4? Ah, success, okay. Staying low, you manage to get closer and hide behind one of the buildings, waiting for the right opportunity. After a while, the raiders' leader and his closest associates retreat into a fortified building, leaving the grunts to enjoy the outdoors and keep watch. You count 8 of them. Get to the well where the money is buried. Oh, okay. You dart toward the wall, trying to keep your head down, but you're quickly spotted and surrounded. Wow, so there, yeah, there's just, you have to have a really high sneak skill to pull this off. Otherwise, I'm going to fight, what, 8 bandits? So is this a failure? It is a failure on Streetwise. Interesting. Okay. So if I side with him, I assume I just fight? Yeah, we just fight. Okay, well. Okay. I'm gonna wait my turn. Oh, those aren't blocking. I thought these would block the... What is going on? Wait. I guess I just don't get a turn? I don't understand what just happened. What? Okay. Well, we have other options. Load. I want to see what Streetwise is going to do then. I want to see what happens if I get this high enough. Like I said, there's points. We have points available. Okay, Streetwise requires 20. So once we get there, we'll be able to level it up again. I have to imagine the last couple, like 8, 9, and 10, have got to be worth an absolute fortune, right? Like 70 points or some nonsense. All right, let's try a Streetwise. Again, a different skill I'm interested in throwing points into. Okay. Okay, this calls for a parlay. Let's try it with this. Still a failure. Oh my god. I mean, it's not going to do me any good to... I mean, it doesn't really matter, like, who I side with here, right? Like one way or the other. I just don't understand why I'm not getting another turn. Okay, now I have a turn. Can I attack? I can't attack that guy. I can only attack the guy in front of me. Wow. Yeah, my character, I'm just so bad at this. I mean, yeah, there's just no way. I have so little combat skill. Wow, that two-handed sword, though. Apparently, they're continuing to fight after I die. Okay, well, we learned a lesson. Apparently, a 5 in Street Smarts is not enough to outsmart this guy. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping the stealth would help some, but no. You're gonna have to so I think I got it up to what, a 4? As I put 10 in and then another 10. Yeah, that takes it up to a 4, and that still wasn't enough. So you have to have some pretty high skill for that. I don't think I put any points in the trading. That must have been learned points. I mean, I kind of wish I had the 10 points back for that, but not a big deal. Okay, so we can't really successfully do this because we can't fight our way in and we can't talk our way in. Let's go see if we can't find another job to do. Let's see. Find the gold. Find earning that key. I don't know where we're gonna do that. Pay the prospector. Talk to the in Meriden. You know, all of our current quests involve going to Meriden. Move along. Nothing to see here. Lighting is completely freaking out. A dwelling. Where's barley hanging on the hinge? I'm trying to barley hanging from the wall. A quick peek through the glass. A dwelling. Contains nothing of interest. Merchant and a mercenary. Let's see. Do you need anything done? No problem. Merchant. You look like you're in this market for some fine clothing and armor. Am I right? Step right up. Okay. I guess we don't have any impersonate is the problem. Impersonate and streetwise. Let's see. I could get a new hat. DR5. THC penalty 8. So I guess it reduces our chance to hit by 8. With decorations, and the auxiliary helmet is reinforced with metal ridges along the cranium for extra protection against overhead strikes. DR5 for 36 gold isn't actually that much. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need to just get some like actual armor. Okay, we have body armor now. We just need like a helmet. I mean, it's just a problem that we have no combat skill, right? That's the problem. But it doesn't say anything about a stealth benefit or like problem. Trade. Take one of these. Like maybe we're not going to be good at combat, but we're going to be armored for combat. I don't need a cloak. Let's see. Let's go into the inn and see if anybody needs any storyteller, prospector, innkeeper, alchemist. Alchemist just teaches alchemy, and I don't care about that. Echo, welcome. How goes it? Pretty good. It's a nice American Thanksgiving morning. I've been trying to deal with this Amilus guy. We paid his way into town. It's been interesting to see where this goes. Fortunately, we don't have the raw talent to talk our way through it, so... And combat's not much of an option. You see the inn's patrons begin to gather around a strangely gathered man who paces in circles muttering. A murmur of expectation runs through the room, and sure enough, the man stops his pacing, turns, and with a dramatic flourish cries out, "A tale!" All are quiet now, but the man's rich, deep voice rolls out to fill the silence. A tale for night's entertainment, and what a tale. History itself will unfold before your very eyes, a tale of mystery and wonder. Come one, come all, and listen! Stay and listen. A smile drops from the storyteller's face. His brow gathers into a frown, and he begins to speak in a low, somber tone. The Great War raged across the Empire, the frenzied Quantari, burning and looting their way across the land, our brave legions fighting to stem the tide, but thought though they could hold the Quantari themselves, even they were no match for the terrible demons the Quantari had brought with them from their homeland. Our loyal soldiers were slaughtered by the thousands. The Emperor's magi sought to counter the terrible might of the demons with their magics, but even though they worked feverishly to devise new spells, it was of no use. The demons shrugged off every incantation the magi hurled at them. This is interesting. The storyteller or the bandit problem I'm dealing with? Desperate for a solution, the Emperor summoned Abba Hassan ibn Haddad al-Sarabi, the first of the magi, to his side in the holiest of chambers deep under the palace. "O learned one, tell me," said the Emperor. "Tell me that you have found a solution, O wisest of my servants." Storyteller, oh, okay. "Tell me that you have discovered some weakness in the accursed Quantari demons. Tell me you can destroy these monsters who feel no pain, no fear, who never tire or rest." And Abba Hassan Ibn Haddad did stroke his beard gravely. The story stops to mime Ibn Haddad's gesture, folding his arms, looking thoughtful and stroking an imaginary beard, to the chuckles of the audience before continuing, and said to his emperor, "We must seek allies." The emperor looked at Ibn Haddad in bewilderment. "Allies? What allies can we call upon?" The emperor stretches from coast to coast. "All men except the steep nomads rally to fight under my banner. There are no more allies to call on." "Mortal allies, yes, but there are other worlds than this one, my emperor, higher than the eye can see and further than any man can travel. There are strange and bewildering realms, realms for which the rigid laws of reality are merely suggestions. If we could persuade the beings who reside in these realms to come to our aid." The emperor sat for a moment, considering, but always he returned to the inescapable truth that the empire was dying around him. How many of these beings would answer your call, and would they be enough? The demons are terrible in their power. "I have stridden the paths of the future in my dreams, and have seen 3 who would come to our aid. Together their might is matched for the demons," answered Ibn Haddad confidently. The emperor cast his hands in the air, hope alit in his face for the first time. "Truly the world is wondrous. You have my blessing, Magnus. Go forth and call up these allies. All the resources of the empire are at your disposal." Ibn Haddad returned to his tower and once again traveled the paths of the future. 3 days and 3 nights he quested. When at last he emerged, he summoned a great conclave of his brothers. There he ordered them to build a great doorway, a path into the realm that can't be reached by land or by sea. Working together, the Magi built the doorway that would have taken mortal men months and mere weeks. Though many died of exertion, when it was done, Ibn Haddad blessed the doorway himself and ordered one of the brothers through, as an emissary to the other realms. Patiently they waited for their emissary to return, and return he did a day later. When they attempted to talk to him, he seemed unable to recognize anyone, and lost their very power of speech itself. Undeterred, Ibn Haddad sent forth another emissary, and then a third when the same fate befell that one. But it was no use. None could speak of what they had seen through the doorway. "Well, how you doing, Ika? You working today?" At last, Ibn Haddad sent them away and returned to his tower to travel the path of the future one last time. When he returned to his brothers, he appeared visibly aged, bent, and leaning on his staff of office. But he had an answer. He had his brothers forge himself a helmet of the finest crystal, wearing potent magic through and around it. Then Ibn Haddad did take the helmet and place it upon his own head, and through his brothers begged him not to, did stride through the gate himself. "I'm off, but I'm normally off Thursday." Oh, that's true. That's true. The story here stops for a moment, surveying his audience. All eyes are on him. The audience held rapt by his story. His smile slightly, then continues. For 7 days and 7 nights, his brethren held vigil before the doorway. On the 8th day, as most had given up him for lost, Ibn Haddad returned. When his brothers questioned him as to why he had been gone so long, he seemed shocked that so much time had passed. But thoughts of the demons weighed heavily upon him. He brushed aside their questions and announced that he had made a deal with those who dwell in the darkness of the other side of the doorway. The lords of that place agreed to send 3 of their unnumbered to aid the empire. In exchange, 7 times 7 men would go through the doorway to honor the lords in their realm. 7 times 7 would choose to follow Ibn Haddad back through the doorway to the otherworldly realms, and true to their word, a week later, he returned with 3 of the lords accompanying him. Of the other men who accompanied him, there was no sign. Wow, just sacrificing them straight to the things between the stars, eh? So the storyteller stops talking about, is looking expectantly at the audience. "The war," yells one of the guests. "Tell us about the war. Tell us how the lords of the other realms cast down the Qatari demons." The storyteller straightens again and raises an eyebrow at the men, smiling like a benevolent uncle teaching lessons to a favored nephew. Wow, this is a lot. 100 tales I could tell you of the Great War, and still we would have but scratched the surface. Some sages will tell you that the old empire was destined to fall from the day it was born, that the very moment of its ending was written in the stars themselves, that empires and kingdoms, like mortal men, grow tall and enjoy their time in the sun for but a brief moment before they too must pass, to make way for those that follow. Thus, sages will tell you that the Quintari kingdom was born but a single purpose, to be the instrument of fate and bring about the destruction of the old empire when the time was right. That by growing stronger, so did we face the Quantari themselves grow stronger. Yep, his module's lots of words. Yeah, it is. For it was their destiny to bring us down, you see, and fate ensured that we were strong enough to do so. That is why the demons came. Our legions could hold the savage Quintari at bay, but even they couldn't fight fate. Couldn't fight the demons who shrugged off blade and arrow, who slaughtered all that were sent against them, countless lives. That is why, though, Ibn Haddad and his allies came and defeated the demons. The old empire could not be saved. The old empire had already fallen, for that was always her fate, to die there that day in blood and fire. Do you really believe in demons? Do you believe that there are reasons the empire fell? What can you tell me about the Quintari? Why are they really bloodthirsty savages, as the story says? And tell me about the lords that came. Well, let's talk about the enemy, the Quintari. Well, all I can tell you is that those stories say, my friend, that they were savage from across the sea, jealous and obsessed with destroying our glorious civilization. What more could you expect from a race that worshipped demons? Some say that they made pacts with demons to grant their warriors greater strength in battle, breeding them with the beasts of the forest to create half men, half animals. I shudder to imagine it. And shudder he does, shaking himself with an expression of horror on his face. It's convincing enough that you almost believe it wasn't rehearsed. Almost. So these savages and animalmen, they defeated the might of the empire? Do not dismiss them, my friend. They're numbered in the tens of thousands for all their lack of sophistication, and they brought their magi and their demons with them. As I said, it was their destiny to destroy the empire, our destiny to fall. You cannot fight your fate. Intelligence success! Fate usually works in subtle ways than sending a fleet of savages, magi, and demons to your shores, does it not? Well, I suppose, yes, you are right. But then again, how often does fate bring to close the story of an empire such as ours was? Unmatched in all the world. He raises his voice and flings out his arm at this, looking around to see if anyone appreciates the gesture. But the inn's patrons have gone back to their tables and pay him no more attention. He drops his arms, disappointed, then turns back to you. Look, I will give you that the story has some small flaws in it. I recall a most unusual drawing in Lord Galvus's library, for example. It showed a town being built by slaves. Strange thing about it was, in one corner it showed our builders and architects directing them, holding plans and measuring instruments. But in the other corner, well, they appeared to be Quintari, builders like our own, if you can believe that. Are you sure it was the Quintari? I'm no expert on what the Quintari looked like, certainly. I doubt anyone still living is, but they certainly matched the stories. Feathers, pelts, the sort of thing you would expect of savages. What does it mean, this drawing? Probably even more than Dead State, with how many replayable paths there are. Well, that's true. How would I know? I'm but a storyteller, my friend. Perhaps it was just some artifice flight of fancy. You know how artists can be. Still, it does make one wonder, doesn't it? Can you tell me about the lords that came with Ibn Haddad? Much have been written on the subject of high lords. Too much, I'd say. The accounts contradict each other. The high lords were here. No, they were there. Or no, they did this and that. One even begins to suspect that many of the authors weren't actually present at the event that speak of with such authority. Ha. So how did they defeat Quintari then? Surely there must be some agreement on that. What did they do that our legions and magi couldn't? On that, the stories are silent. They talk at length on the powers of the High Lords, that Galath the Dreamer could shape reality as easily as you or I run our hands through the water, that wherever Bar Hathor, the Flame Maker, went, the ground itself burned in his wake and flowed like water, and that Thor Agoth was known as the Artificer, and he constructed devices such as we can but dream of, terrible engines and alien machines beyond the understanding of mere men. The stories are unanimous on these details, yes, but how the High Lords actually defeated the Quintari demons, I'm afraid they are silent. Perhaps only Ibn Haddad, first the Magi, knew that. Do you really believe in the demons and all that stuff? The storyteller smiles at your question, turning to accept a drink, and the innkeeper brings him. Raising the flagon in salute of his host, he throws his head back and drinks deeply. After a long moment, he stops, sighs contentedly, then turns his attention back to you, whipping the foam from his mouth. Ah, thirsty work, this. Now, what was it you're asking? Do I believe in the demons that they say the Quintari unleashed on the old empire? Well, look around you, my friend. He waves his hand in a circle, but you see, he isn't simply talking about the inn. That gesture encompasses the entirety of the fallen empire. What do you see, friend? Ruins, destruction, the rotting carcass of the great empire ever to grace this world. What were mere mortal force could have brought that down? No, the stories must be true. Only demons could have done such a thing. Leave. Okay, so just a basic storytelling of the lore of the world. That's pretty good. Lockpick. Oh, we can actually break into a bunch of rooms. There's a random guy just standing around. We can rob a sleeping patron. But yeah, we did a little bit before you got here. We did a little bit of experimenting with trying to talk to these bandits. I threw a couple of points into sneak and etiquette. I don't know if it was worth it, but we did. Otherwise, I think I just put more points into persuasion and lore. So we tried doing the stealth way of getting around the bandits, and we got through the first check, but not the second one. So your sneak has got to be pretty high. I think we got it up to a 4, and it's going to require at least a 5. And then I took streetwise up to 5, and that wasn't enough. I don't know if it's because of our impersonate's too low or how that works or whatever. I don't know. How does it do the mixed skill checks of the impersonate and a streetwise? Does it just take the lower of the 2? Is that how that works? Or does it take the higher of the 2? Also, wait, tells the people that you prefer to seek peaceful solutions. Some people may find it very reassuring. I don't know about that. I do like that we're liked by everyone, though. Some checks are additions, some are specific requirements for both. Oh, okay. I don't know. Do I want to throw a bunch of random points into impersonate, then? I just wish we weren't so terrible at combat. Oh, Ika, we also talked to... Oh, we talked to Amosala, or what's his name? We talked to the guy that we paid to get into the city. Emolus? We talked to Emolus, and he mentioned an underground area where that a town sends new people to their city. That's supposed to be really terrible. Is that what Dungeon Runners is from? It sounded like Dungeon Runners to me when they talked about it, so... So for an additional check, it would be like the total needed to be 6, whether that's 6 in one and 0 in the other, or 3 in 3. What did you say? When we had talked to Amillis, this guy, the guy who does that you have to pay to let his group into the town, he mentioned that there was one place that was safe from bandits. It was a town, I don't remember what he called it, that had a pit in the middle of it. That anytime someone new would come to town, they would send them to go, like, they would force them into the pit. And it said that the bandits were scared of the place because of their crazy. So I was curious if that was the town that the Dungeon Rat stuff takes place in. Okay, so we're kind of out of side quests. Other than trying to get this guy's money, there's not much else we can do. Oh, no? Oh, okay. Because you said it takes place in like a pit dungeon thing, so I thought maybe that was what they were referring to. Alright, so I guess we're out of side quests, other than the one I can't complete, and I can't fight this gang because I have no combat skill, so... Alright, I don't think there was anything... I was about to see a repeat customer swirl. I hope you'll find something you're liking. How's the wares? You have any schematics for crafting? Can you sell me materials? I have a few dents in my armor. Can you fix it? How's the wares? I mean, we got that free armor. Oh yeah, he had one of these giant scimitar iron weapon class. Okay, it was just a two-handed sword. All right. 4-7, which I think is what we're using, right? Ooh, a 6-9 though. Okay, that's a sword, that's a dagger, and that's a dagger. 4-7, 4-7, and 6-9. So that would be the good dagger. Weapon hardness 30. To hit bonus 6. Passive value bonus 4%. But this doesn't have the critical strike bonus of 5%. Owen has an AP of 4, so it actually costs a little bit more. Dungeon Rat takes place in the jail/mine that the ruler of the second city owns. Oh, okay. I still wish hatchets would have been a little bit better. That would have been cool. Alright, well, it seems like we've finished up all the side quests I can actually complete. So I guess we'll just move on to the second town now? Unless the king's assistant guy has something to talk about. I guess this is the castle. Let's see. Did you talk to the preacher? The preacher? Which one? You're gonna have to be more specific. Like the guy who's at the middle of kind of the fountain? The oldest, this guy? I think I tried to talk to him once and nothing happened. It just talks, he just gives his speech or whatever. I gotta wait for my character to run all the way over here. Here we go. Climb on the pile of rocks. It's been going well. He's having to shout over the jeering. Yeah, stay and listen. Look around you, he booms, face rendering with frustration. What more do you need to realize that we're on the wrong path? For thousands of years, we've tried to build a better world. For ourselves, for our children, for thousands of years, we've failed. What is left of mankind's great work, our glorious empire? Ruins, rubble, dust. For emphasis, he kicks at the stone from the pile he stands on. He glares noisily to the cobblestone. The crowd mentally hushed by his vehemence. Open your eyes, all of you. See mankind for what it is lost, stumbling through the darkness. A darkness that is our own foolish, wicked nature blinding us. We have no light to guide us out of our misery, no shepherd to lead us to greener pastures. In our arrogance, we built monuments to glorify our own pride, gilded halls of vanity and excess. Believe that our palaces would be eternal and previous to the tides of time and fate that sweep aside all merely mortal accomplishments. Fairless summer flowers were, yet we believed ourselves as the mighty lion. Golden and proud, the entire world ours to stalk and prey upon. In our pride, we forgot our pact with heaven. We forgot that the very first kingship came from the gods. We forgot those same gods, scorned their power. Worse, we believed ourselves to be gods. We held our empire to be equal to heaven itself. There's some more stuff you can do, but there are more hidden things. We are not the gods' equals. We are but beggars before the divine, the lowest of low. We must seek their forgiveness, beg them to turn not from us as they turned away from the corruption of the old empire. The man is gesturing wildly now, eyes burning with zeal. And for a moment more, the spell holds. The crowd subdued in the face of conviction, but only for a moment. I won't reveal where they're at. That way you can find them if you want. Okay, stay and listen. So what would you have us do exactly? Someone yells, breaking the spell. Fancy words are all well and good, but I don't see no gods coming down to help me till my fields or feed my children. Laughter ripples through the crowd, and the man deflates slightly, shaking his head, expression mournful. He points at the naysayer. Have you not been listening? Have you not ears on your head? It is not the gods' place to serve us. It is us to help. It is up to us to show the gods that we are willing to serve them faithfully once more. Yes, but how? Another voice, less derisive this time, the question genuine. What will bring the gods favor again, priest? Some in the crowd are leaning forward now, attentive. Seeing his chance, the preacher spreads his arms chin high and chest puffed out. The gods are waiting. They wait for a sign of our renewed devotion. Discard your false pride, people of Tehran. Open your hearts to heaven. Turn away from your false lords and masters. For no man who is not ordained by the gods is fit to lead. None but those chosen and blessed with the wisdom of heaven can faithfully guide mankind back to the divine light of righteousness. Only they can deliver us from... You want us to turn on Antaeus? The heckler interrupts him again. Are you mad, old man? If the guard's here, you'll be strung up outside the palace with the crows to feast on. And us with you. Pick up the stone and throw it at a preacher? Oh, that's awesome, actually. Opinion is turning on the priest. Angrily muttering sweeps through the assembly. And which blessed man would have lead us? The lunatic Meru? That is your chosen one. Don't mock what you don't understand, foolish one. Lord Meru has seen the light and embraced its wisdom. He is the first of the humble and devoted, guided by the great prophet Nabopolassar himself. The prophet of the head of heaven is the mortal realm, a living conduit between our world and the gods themselves. It was the gods who commanded Nabopolassar to travel to Genanzar, there to reveal himself to Lord Meru and guide him toward the blessed path. Bah. We've got enough prophets here in Tehran. You can't throw a stone without hitting 3 of them. The crowd roars its mirth as the preacher's face purples in outrage. Laugh then, fools, but you don't have to stand in the presence of divine as I have. Go to Gainazar yourself and hear Lord Meru speak. The hands of gods rest upon his shoulders, and all who hear him fall to their knees and weep at the joyous redemption he offers. I think we've heard enough, old fool, the heckler again. He spits his contempt to the old man's feet then turns, smirking, and pushes his way through the crowd. At this, the crowd begins to disperse, grinning and making jokes. Ooh, we can talk to him ourselves. Names? Yeah, names are the worst. Sighing, the old man steps down from his makeshift platform, looking you over. One woman, the old man addresses his question at the sky. Is that all you gave me? What do you expect, preacher? They heard this story before, a dozen times a week at least. Intelligent success. Discard the pride, brother. Did you just not command us to put all our faith in the gods? Stay on the path they have set for you, and followers will come in time. Let's patronize him a little bit. Kabir looks startled, grimacing. He lifts his hand in apology. Yes, you're right. Of course, forgive me. It has been a long, tiring day, and I've received nothing but scorn for my efforts. I forget myself. A momentary lapse, no more. And exactly when we are weak and times are hard, that we must be most vigilant with our thoughts. The gods watch us, test us, always. The preacher's mouth is gaping now, his eyes wide with surprise. He clearly is not used to being on the receiving end of a sermon and seems lost to how to respond. Eventually he manages a question. Who are you? Let's see. My name is Swedish. For until now, I realized that I've been searching for something meaning in life until I hear about the god, that is. I want to learn, brother. I want to know what the gods want me to do with my life. Streetwise success. I am no one of importance, just a traveler on the path, much like yourself. A more important question is, who sent me? At your word, the preacher's face spasms in fear and his body tenses. He gazes dart around wildly as if expecting attackers to leap out around him. Did Antonius send you? He wants to silence my message. Is that it? His tone is half terror, half accusation. By the violence of his reaction, he'd say that it won't be the first time he'd had a visit from authority. Brother, look at yourself. The mere thought of it is guards, and you're reduced to a shivering wreck. Has faith deserted you? Are your words but hollow shells? Your stern words seem to reach the man. He stills and looks at you, though his eyes are still wide. If not Ateus, then who sent you? Streetwise again? Why, the same ones who sent you on your path, brother. Can you not feel their hands guiding us to this place, to this meeting? It was meant to be. Your words take a moment to sink in. He stares at you in confusion before comprehension draws. A swiftly look of disbelief. You think that God sent you to me? Persuasion? You don't believe me? You who commanded us to believe that the gods guide our paths? The man licks his lips, uncertain. He's clearly struggling to keep up with the unexpected turns this conversation keeps taking. Yeah, yes, of course. You must have faith in the gods' wisdom, but how did you know... But how do I know you were really... Charisma. Convince him. Failure. You tell the preacher that you have much to offer, that you have skills, contacts, influence. You tell him how much you can do for the gods. We don't have enough... Oh, my God. Cause and try to convince him that it's why they sent you to the preacher. You even tell him that you saw his face in your dreams, but it fails to move him. Speak of contacts and influence, says the preacher grimly. Those are the tools of those who oppress humanity, of Atardius, and his ilk. The gods cannot, for such earthly matters, the church has no need for your skills. The truth of the gods will take seed in the righteous hearts without contacts. Be away with you. So close, yeah. There's no way for me to take up my charisma, right? Yeah, charisma is just a set number. I can't do anything with that. There's no way to increase my charisma. Because they mentioned at the beginning that once these are set in place, there's no changing them. So we were so close to taking over the church. If you go less hard, you can get a partial success if you reload. Oh, okay. Or stone him? Okay. God. This module is just fun because of the nonsense. Amilla's village. I think we just go back to this, because, I mean, that's not going to do me any good. Okay, there's the mining outpost. Okay. Oh, this is fantastic, though. I always save before I talk? Yeah, I can understand that. All right, let's go. Let's go beat up a false prophet with rocks. I want to see what this would like in my mind. I want to see what this looks like. You're the preacher standing up on this thing talking to everyone, and just in the distance you see a person wrapped in armor holding a dagger, and they just start sprinting at you, making direct eye contact, and just from like a full like 200 yards, 300 yards, they're just sprinting at you the full length of this walkway and just slowly getting closer and closer, just at a full sprint, staring you dead in the eye. Like, what do you think is going on there? Okay, so what happens if we just stone him? You throw misses, but it spurs the crowd to action. Soon others are pleading the preacher with stones, dirt, a fall. Cursing, he turns to flee, but not before his eye catches yours. But his expression, you know that he won't soon forget your... Oh, how's Karsus' reputation decreased? Walk away. Interesting. So that does nothing but upset House Karsus. Interesting, interesting. Okay. It's a good habit with this module. Oh, I could see that for sure. Let's go see if we can get a partial success and just wring some skill points out of this guy, eh? It was all working up to that charisma check. Just here in the distance, you just see this woman in full armor sprinting at you full speed with a dagger in her hand as you're up here doing blasphemous speeches. Okay, talk to the preacher. Intelligence. Streetwise, I think. Streetwise. Oh, okay, so I have to not do the streetwise check. So the streetwise check is the one we gotta not bother with. Imagine NPCs seeing a speedrunner. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's videos about that on YouTube these days. Like, speedrunning from the NPC's perspective. It's very funny. I've seen lots of takes on it. I think IGN's video line does stuff like that. They've got one. Loading Ready Run, the group I like to watch on Twitch and stuff, they have a version of that that's very funny. There's been several takes on that. Stay and listen. Stay and listen, talk to the preacher. Okay, so we need an intelligence here. And then this. Okay, here we go. You have the right attitude, child. Those who humble themselves before the gods will be exalted by them. All the riches of heaven will be theirs. Now, what is it you wish to know? What are these gods you speak of? Where did they come from? Why did the gods leave? Why haven't we seen them again? If they wish to help us, why did they not leave us? Why did they leave us to starve? Let's see. Who are the gods and where did they come from? Come from, child. They were always here. It was we who forgot them. The scheming magi and their jealousy turned men from the worship of the true gods to worshiping themselves. They and their puppet empire outlawed the worship of gods. Oh, I forgot. Do I have all? They and their puppet empire outlawed the worship of gods, blinded the masses with their magic tricks, and so the gods were forgotten. Until we faced our certain destruction at the hands of the Clontari and their demons, then the gods chose to show us their mercy. They came to our plane to destroy the demons and shatter the grip on the corruption of the magi. Let's see, so why did they leave? The gods did not serve men. It is the men who must serve the gods. They destroyed the Clontari demons as a demonstration of their internal mercy, but they expect us to take the next step. We must show the gods that we are ready to serve them once again. We must cast out the false lords and parasites who still seek to turn the men from their true purpose. My nose itches. There we go. For the true purpose. Only once we have shown we are ready will the gods return to us. You spoke of false lords. The Magi may be dead, but the corruption they created lives on. Greedy men, hearts closed to the wisdom of heaven, still seek to rule us. They squabble over power and riches and sneer at the servant of the true gods. Their corruption is... Hold on. True gods. The corruption is what prevents the faithful from building a new world. A paradise where all are safe, content, well-fed. Only one Lord Meru has seen the light, rejected the old ways, and devoted himself to the true path. Can you tell me, Lord Meru? We got an intelligence check. Do you not realize the consequences you're teaching, preacher? Do you not realize why the people scorn you? You would call them to war. Your words have given me a lot to think about, preacher. All my life I've seen evidence the world is hard and cruel, that the powerful get where they are by exploiting the weak. Is there another way? But I can't believe on your words alone. I need to see for myself. Let's do an intelligence check. War nonsense. I seek to bring them the light and peace of the gods. Their lives are filled with suffering and toil. If they would join with Lord Meru, it would mean war. Think, preacher. Do you think that Attilus or Gallius would stand idly by while their people flock to serve House Carsus? They would see it as a threat to themselves and march to war against Lord Meru and his pet prophet. They might even form an alliance against the mutual foe. The preacher's mouth opened to deny your arguments, but the words don't seem to come. Frowning, all he manages is a feeble protest. The gods wouldn't allow it to come to war. No, surely not. Their path is the way of peace, persuasion. Just as they didn't allow it to come to war when the empire fell, perhaps a war is part of their plan. Perhaps the lives of men and mere mortals aren't all that important to the gods' plans. Surely not? Hopefully Nabupolisar teaches that the faithful will receive peace and prosperity. The gods wish to heal the world of its scars, not inflict new ones. Surely the gods would not lead us into more war, more death. I must think on this. Please, leave me. Walk away. Oh, okay. So now we're corrupting them from the inside. I'm actually kind of more okay with that. But we didn't get any points or any of that? Lame. Weak sauce. Knock on the door. What's this? A well-dressed woman opens the door and looks at you quizzically. You can help but notice her rings and necklace. Stones like these are bound to fetch a good price. Streetwise, I assume. Lady Athena, I presume. I'm happy to inform you that Lord Gallus has agreed. You're expected to arrive in Meteron within a fortnight. Wait till dark and pay her a visit. Leave. Okay, so there's some kind of quest we can do for them, and they just assume we are someone that we are not without saying anything. There's like, oh, it's you, good, and then apparently promptly proceed to give us a job another time. Okay, we can't do any work for the healer. Slow day. Squatter? Why are the squatters saying it's a slow day? You're squatters. Like, what did you expect to happen? Oh, I don't think we've talked to Fluvio here. If it's business, talk to Nelios. Wait, what did it say? The Assassin's Guild is a planned and unremarkable building. You would have missed it if it not for the sign promising affordable solutions to your problems and generating satisfaction. Okay. Burn and the Undertaker. Okay, what about the Undertaker? Do you need some alchemical something? Maybe it's a slower day than normal for squatters. What does that mean? Not right now. Okay, what about you? Business over or pleasure, inquires an old man sitting on one of the graves. What do you mean? Not the brightest torch, are you, girl? If you have business with me, then you're here on business. If you're pleasure of my company, then you're seeking, and that would be the pleasure. I guess. Business, then? Business. Well, then let's get on, shall we? A fine coin for a group grave. For those who have accompanied to the finer things in life and undoubtedly expect the same quality in their afterlife, you can have an individual spot for the low price of just 10 coins. Quite a deal, isn't it, my friend? Got it. What was the other option? Pleasure of my company, which isn't free, mind you. I'm what you might call the town's historian. So if you're looking to educate your dumb self, look no further. 5 dead emperors, please. Or even less, nothing is happening. Usually at least the wind is blowing when we sit up on this empty tower, but today it's not even windy. What's going on? It's such a slow day. Pay 5 Imperials, huh? Alright. Much obliged, says the Undertaker, accepting the coins before steadily biting each of them to test the gold content. So, Tehran, a real pearl, isn't it? It has this rare quality that I have yet to find anywhere else. Of course, I haven't been anywhere else, born and raised in Tehran, but still, from what I hear, it's nothing but a certifiable truth. Like many towns, it started out as a camp. That's right, you heard it here first. The Imperial Army swept through this land like a tidal wave, washing away any soul that dared to oppose them. After that, the Legion stopped right here, on this very spot that you now stand on, and made a proper camp with ramparts, stakes, the works. It was a clear strategy, seeing as how much camps were a series of stepping stones going in every direction, assuring that the army was never more than a day from the nearest base and supplies. See, back in the day, they really knew how to run things and make some sense out of them. You see, that's what we're missing today. Why don't you make it a less slow day for them? I don't even know how to go up in there and talk to them. So, out of all the camps in the area, this one was chosen to become a town, a foundation, a pillar of strength, a hold over the conquered territory. And guess what? We're still here. We're still holding the line. So many towns have crumbled into dust, yet Tehran's still standing. Now, that's something to be proud of, ain't it? So, now what? Now we stand until relieved. The Emperor will rise again, and when it does, Tehran will be restored to its former glory and will shine again. You'll see. You truly believe that? We are the scions of the Empire. It's in our blood. All we have to do is show the gods that we're worthy, and they will have that we have the courage. Of course, I don't see it happening anytime soon, at least not while the lords are squabbling. Which house do you support? There's only one true house, and that's Daratan. Before the war, no house was mightier or more decorated. The lords of Daratan have always stood one step behind the Emperor, which was the highest honor. Now it's up to Attidius to take a step forward and assume the mantle. There's a doorway into a staircase you can enter from in their tower. Oh, okay, I'll go look for that. I mean, what's going to happen? Either they're going to beg for money or they're going to try to fight me. Either way. House Aurelian. House Aurelian? When have they ever done anything? Ha, it's a third-rate house that never amounted to anything other than seizing Madaron. As for House Carsius, it's a house of magi. Good for messing things up, but little else, you know, seeing as how that magic has gone from the world. They are useless as as boobs on a bull. And how do you know all that? I used to serve a loremaster right up until he died. He's a man of learning, a real scholar. He taught me letters so that I could serve him better, and he gave me scrolls to read. Now I am an educated man, able to make a comfortable living. Thanks for the story. But you're an undertaker. What does that got to do with educated? You just have to... I guess you know how to make coffins? I don't know. There feels like they're doing something weird with that character. Okay, so I can go into here? Is that what you're saying? You enter the ruined tower. It was destroyed during the war, twice rebuilt and twice fallen. Instead of blaming hasty craftsmanship and inferior building materials, the spirits of those who died there during the war were held accountable. The tower was said to be cursed and left to squatters and beggars. Several squatters, accustomed to people coming and going, look at you without any interest. The place is practically empty, save for piles of rubble and trash. An unusually large rat is roasted while over an open fire, filling the tower with a revolting aroma. The squatters don't seem to mind it. There's a hatch leading into the tower's cellar. Take a look. Okay. This should be interesting. Or something else. As you send a half-dozen rats adorn their dinner, rotting human remains, and disappear inside numerous holes in the walls. Looks like the squatters are breeding the rats and feeding them corpses. The stench is nauseating. One of the squatters follow you in a cell. If you want a rat, you have to pay. No free stuff here, he says firmly. Can I fight them? Fight what, the rats? Look around. There isn't much to see here. Rats, decaying bodies, gnawed bones, filth and rubble from crumbling walls, and a large drain filled with oily black sludge in the middle of the cellar floor. Explore. Examine the drain. Okay. Looks like that's literally the only thing in here. Probe it with a femur bone, but fail to reach the bottom. Okay. What an odd little... Oh, examine the wall. Here we go. Perception success. Trying to spot anything out of the ordinary in the crumbling brickwork is difficult. After all, what is one loose brick amongst many? But then you find it. A brick that shifts under your pressure, but in a way that suggests that the movement was by design, not accident or decay. A switch. You hesitate before pressing it, but fortunately nothing untoward occurs. Unfortunately, nothing happens at all. Take the wall apart. There's no way to figure out the switch's function with this wall in way. So unlimbering your tools, you set to work. Soon a pile of rubble is at your feet and sweat runs down your face. But there is exposed to the open for probably the first time in centuries. It's a large, rusted, cylindrical device. The design is strange, but it looks like some type of pump. He glanced back at the drain. If the pump was to keep the cellar from being flooded, why was it hidden? Take a look. Okay. Intelligence and crafting to fix the pump. Unfortunately, if there was once a mechanism to activate the pump, you can't find it. The device remains silenced. Aw, man, really? So we've come this far, and then we can't do it because of crafting? What? That's twice now crafting has been important in figuring out how something works. I thought that was the point of the lore. Okay, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna put 1 point into crafting and see what happens. I'm just gonna do A4. Okay. 1 point. Fortunately, there's some mechanisms to activate help. You can't find it. Okay. What if we do 2 points into crafting? Still not enough. Oh, that's frustrating. Oh, so we need that. We need crafting for this thing now, and we need crafting for what's the other thing? We need crafting for that and for the steelworks underneath or inside the mine, I guess, right? Well, that's frustrating. At least we found this. Okay. Well, we found it at least. I guess we'll see what happens. And no one cares that there's all these bodies in here? I guess. I was really hoping we get some, like, conversation points for dealing with the preacher guy. And maybe a couple of points for, you know, figuring this out. But no luck, I guess. Okay. Okay, so we can pretend to be somebody else. Or we can try to figure out how that mechanism works. There's a lot of people saying it's a slow day. A dwelling, random guard, random, like, camp objects. Does Delaware have anything for us to do? Now, once we leave this and go to another city, are we allowed to come back, or are we just completely done here? Remember the Durham compound, a tall palisade. Okay, talk to Delaware. Take me to Dillis. I'm here to see Master of Sauces. I heard raid caravans back in the day. I don't remember what talking to him do. Like, what does talking to him do? I had some questions. The personal loremaster. Okay. Okay, so I can't do anything with him. And $500 to talk to buy the guy's necklace. And we need to go find a new guild master. Factions. Oh, okay. I guess these are techniques we learned? Brew rage-inducing and damage-resistant potions. You've learned a carefully guarded secret of Median Artificers, a clever crank which can easily fit inside the stock and make a reloading crossbow a less complicated affair, which increases the accuracy. I would think it would increase the rate of fire, but alright. Learn one of the ancient Ordu spirit rituals. It requires blood, tendons, and animal glue, and is performed correctly. Will bind the spirits to a bow, making it snap back in position when shot, increasing the accuracy. Huh. Okay. I don't remember where we learned any of that stuff. Guess that's the downside of, you know, talking to everybody about random things, is you learn lots of stuff, you just don't remember where. Alright, so... I guess I'm gonna have to start putting points into... What was it called? Crafting. Even though I have no desire to, like, build things, too many of the weird goings-on of this world require crafting. Oh, I can go up in this? Why would I want to go up into the tower? I mean, do I want to pretend to be somebody else is another question. I'm not good at impersonating people. I have no skill for that. Oh, wait, who's this? Oh, that's just a bum. I don't know. Maybe we... I guess if we're going to leave the town, we might as well just go and snag this other quest while we're over there. So we have 3 things to do while we're away from town. Let's see. Find the key. Find the gold. Take your luck in another guild. Pay the prospector. Or talk to Demis Upus and Madaron. Find Upus, who had once led. Yeah, okay. So we'll go steal someone's identity. Why not? I'm happy to inform you that Lord Niels has agreed. You're expected to arrive on Madon within a fortnight. Oh, wait. We're pretending... Wait. Lady Athena, I presume. I'm happy to inform you that Lord Gallius has agreed. What? I'll be going now. Going to eat Thanksgiving. See you still here. Okay, Ika, have a good Thanksgiving. How long have we been... well, we'll probably keep it going. We're working towards 12. We might keep it going till about 1 and then call it. Just a nice little, like, 3-hour stream. Alright, let's see what happens if we convince her that she needs to go to town. You have the privilege of addressing Lady Camilla Demita Palazzo before she closes the door. Curiosity gets the better of her. You want to say something about Lord Gallus and Medaron? Streetwise impersonate. You are not Lady Athena. 1,000 apologies. Please tell me I can count on your discretion. It's a highly sensitive matter involving the most noble of houses. My lips are sealed, says Camilla, her eyes sparkling with interest, but only if you tell me more. Well, I suppose it's hardly a secret that Lord Gallius has certain, let's say, difficulties with his nephew. He thinks that what the young man needs is a good wife, a woman of proper standing and qualities to keep him from troubles. It's true, nods Camilla. Do continue. Streetwise in etiquette, my master, a personal friend and confidant of Lord Gallius, was asked to find such a lady whose suitable energy is suitable enough to marry into the Aurelian family. Not an easy task, as there are so many things to consider. In the end, he has chosen Lady Athena, although it's clear to me now that had he met you, he would have changed his mind very quickly. Success on that too. Okay. It just occurred to me that since you haven't spoken to this Athena woman yet, perhaps it's not too late to arrange a meeting between me and your lord. After all, it's only fair that he consider all candidates. I can't say that I've ever heard about this Athena, so you can't possibly be of good breeding, can she? You gain new insight. 1 civil point for that. Alas, as I mentioned, my master's already discussed the lady in question with Lord Gallius. It would be costly and embarrassing for him to raise the subject again. I'm a lady of means, says Camilla with dignity. I will certainly not let someone as trivial as money stand in the way of bigger opportunities. She removes her ring and the string of gemstones and hands them over to you. You gain insight, which can be used to increase your skill. 3 skill points gained. I will be in touch, Lady Camilla. Leave. Apparently we just fleeced this woman? Apparently knock on door? What? Yeah, apparently we just completely fleeced this woman of some jewelry? Did that have a negative effect on her character? Apparently it did not. Oh yeah, look at this. A well-cut sapphire worth 150 bucks and a golden ring worth 75 bucks. What? And we took no hits from like anything for that? Really? Let's see. So that's 75 and 150. That's 225. Mixed with 246. Oh, we would be What is that? That would be 473? 473 would be $27 short. Could I sell something? Does anyone buy stuff, though? I don't know if we've talked to anybody who buys stuff. Who do I talk to about selling things? Okay. Can I just talk to the merchant? Browse the wares. Where can I buy some weapons? Browse the wares. Oh, okay, so this is where we would get cloaks and, like, non-combat clothing. Interesting, okay. Though some of this stuff does actually add DR to us. Oh, all 6 sapphires. It just says it's a well-cut sapphire and a gold ring. Customer? You're waiting for someone, huh? Well, I could be that someone if you let me. Okay, goat meat. We don't need food, apparently. It's part of our magic, because we don't have to eat. Can I talk to this slave person? By your leave, mistress. No, sure can't. What about this merchant? Browse the wares. Oh, just more clothes. And the same clothes. There's not even different kinds of clothes. Ugh, well, that's frustrating. But yeah, do I have anything I could sell? 2 gold, a gold. I could probably sell these daggers, right? I could sell my old clothes, which is only a gold. We can get some gold for all these plants and stuff we've got. I wonder, hold on, I want to try something before. I feel bad stealing that woman's stuff. Because that wasn't an actual quest, right? We just talked her out of money. I think that's just theft, right? I'm pretty sure that's just theft. Weird that we didn't take any kind of hit for that, though. Oh, whoops. Let me load this. I think this is just coming out of the tower. Yes, okay, that's fine. I mean, I guess it's okay to just rob her since the universe doesn't seem to care. And the reason she's giving us money is to take, you know, take the job from somebody else. I mean, that's just straight up lying. Like, that's not even subtle. Maybe we just move on. One thing I do want to check, though, is... not that. Crafting is... okay, that would just be the metals and stuff. Apparently, we can make a dagger if we wanted. Odd. Can be placed in a belt slot. That's good to know. Alchemy... okay, we can't actually do anything with that. A thick flammable inside the fish in the ground is believed. Liquid fire vial. A small flask with liquid fire. When thrown, it will fall like a fiery whirlwind on thine enemy. Why not, eh? Okay. So we can make 3 of those. There's salt. Salt container has incredibly prosperity as it burns with a pure flame. Okay, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. Apparently that doesn't do anything. Kill a man in mere minutes. So what happens if I just... nothing? Oh, underestimate. Potent elixir that will speed up your reflexes and reaction in combat for a short time. Increases max AP for 2 turns. It's a belt to use in combat. Ah, okay, so it's a little bit of like Coke. Berserker potion. Okay. We can't make a poisonous one. Oh. Oh, okay, we would need 5... This effect wears off, your wounds will reopen, resulting in some blood loss. I'm gonna draw that. Fills you with rage and bloodlust. The effect lasts 3 turns and increases your natural resistance to damage. Once the effect wears off, your wounds will reopen, resulting in some blood loss. Oh, okay. Interesting. What about this? Berserker potion extended. Okay, so that just does what it says. Isn't harmless. Modifies agent. Okay, we can't make a poison-killing berserker potion. I mean, should I just be making... Let's see. Produces a different kind of medicine. Acid, black powder... What? Military applications were discovered. It was used to produce a different kind of medicine. Acid, black powder, and liquid fire. Okay. Wish there was a way to organize this, but what is a base reagent and what isn't? Let me see something. There was one of these buttons. Techniques. Healing, liquid fire. Fleets. So, okay, so I know how to make this. I just don't know what the actual recipe calls for. Sounds promising. According to the scroll, the elixir was developed during the Great War and was given to special regiments. So it's good for them, should be good for you. Unfortunately, the scroll makes frequent references to unfamiliar alchemical practice, so you'll have to rely on guesswork a lot. Okay. Huh. So we know how to make things, we just have the lack of skill to do so. Alright, I guess we'll just move on. I'm really guessing, once we get some more points, maybe we just start taking up crafting also. It better be worth it. I'm going to be very upset if it turns out that smelter in the mine or this stupid tower thing. Wait, this is a door? Wait, why is this a regular door? There's apparently nothing in here. I guess that was from something earlier. Also, what happened to... what happened to Fang? They don't actually mention what happened to him. Presumably, he was just put into... prison? Okay, go to the roof. Up on the roof, there is just boxes. Why? I mean, Fang's in prison. We can't just go through his stuff and find anything important. From a feet away, the goblet looks like it's made of solid gold, but closer examination reveals that it's anything but made of gold. That's really weird. Alright, well, I guess we'll just move on to the other town. We don't have the skill points to kind of accomplish any of the things we need to be accomplishing, so... And what's-his-face is still alive, so it's not like he died or anything yet, right? So, yeah. Let's just, I'm gonna save, I guess, before I leave. I'm just gonna do an A5 save. Just in case something weird happens with that. Boatman? Wait, what is boatman? Oh, it's this. It's called boatman? Weird. Tavern, blacksmith, merchant's plaza. I think we went into the tavern also. And basically there was nobody to talk to in here that cared to like actually talk to us, right? Yeah, leave. Comes up and watch a little ball. It's cost you nothing to look. There's you see it, and then okay, that's the guy we beat in the gambling. Yes, I'm gonna grab a wine. How much mushroom? Do you sell anything else? Anything else? The bartender seems to be puzzled by the question. It's a tavern, not a workplace, a marketplace. Why don't you sell anything else? Never mind. Cadu. Oh, we can steal from him, which isn't a thing we know how to do. Okay, yeah, I guess there's just nothing. Well crafted and reinforced from the inside, judging by the glinting metal. Yeah, there's nothing else to do here, I guess. Alright, we'll move on. I mean, we can stop here and get the points, but that's basically all I can do. See, that gives us 24. I mean, there's not really... Because, I mean, even if we did crafting, we'd only be able to get it up to 3, so that the 5 doesn't make that much of a difference. Not for this, anyway. Alright, let's move on. Here we go. Are you sure you want to leave Tehran? Any unsolved events will unfold without you. Oh. I mean, we saved before we left. I guess that's fine. I'm trying to think what all we left behind then. So there's the guy. We can't buy the guy's necklace. And otherwise, hold on. No. What does our journal say? Hold on. I want to make sure I'm not doing anything too stupid here. Find the gold. Find the Enori's key, which we can't do. We got to do that in Mataron. I don't have the money to buy the amulet. I guess the only thing... We can check again with this guy before we leave. And see if I can't now, with my higher streetwise and persuasion and everything, talk the price down a little bit. But outside of that... where was he? He was in the inn, right? Or heck, our lore master's high enough now that maybe if we just look at it, we can tell it's a fake or something. Oh, another random door over here, apparently. Well, after all, I knew I'd have asked for more. Okay, yeah. Yeah, nothing we can do there then. I'm gonna check out this other door I just noticed. Oh, it's just you. Oh, this is just the Assassin Guild stuff? With this very Warhammer 40k looking, well, just Warhammer in general looking, tapestry on the wall? I need a job. Give me around, but I've never heard of you. Business is slow, and I can't afford to give jobs to people who may or may not have what it takes. If you're serious about it, try the Imperial Guards. They hire all kinds. Leave. Okay, so I don't have a rep enough to work for them. What about you? You look like an alchemist. Master Neelis. What about you? And talk to Master Neelis. Okay, yeah, nothing. Alright. Alright, yeah, I guess that's it then. Well, let's see what happens. We gotta save before we leave the town, so hopefully that's all we're gonna need. Let's go. Taking the demise of the Imperial Guards at the hands of the boatmen as a good omen, Lord Atius steps up the recruitment efforts of House Duratan. Wait, what? Taking the demise of the Imperial Guards at the hands of the boatmen as a good omen, Lord Antius steps up the recruitment efforts of House Duratan. Pardons are granted to the bandits, and raiders willing to serve the house and mercenaries are hired en masse with the Kamarkun gold. Without Imperial Guard to keep the newly arrived fighting men in check, the town quickly descends into near lawlessness, becoming little more than a cramped mercenary army, waiting for the order to march. Though Antius seems to hold the reins of the Sellsword Legion, it is Kamarkoran who pays their wages, and the only loyalty a mercenary truly recognizes is the one who pays him. By becoming the paymaster for the entire legion, the Kamarkoran effectively becomes Antilus's shadow partner, greatly expanding their influence and control over the local trade. Backed by the legion, the Kamarkoran influence grows rapidly alongside their control over local trade. Bored and seeking entertainment, the camped mercenaries spend their coins at the Kamarkoran establishment almost as quickly as they earn them, making it a very profitable enterprise indeed. Unwittingly, you double-crossed Fang and helped Cossus to replace him as Lord Antisus' personal loremaster. Unfortunately, there is little for him to do in Tehran, thus House Zeratan does not benefit from Cossus' vast knowledge of the lore of the olden days. Master Fang has managed to escape, and according to rumors, has resurfaced in Ganazar, quickly gaining Lord Meru's trust and favor. When the news of the attack reaches Madan, House Zeratan expresses their regret at the senseless bloodshed and reminds House Aurelian about the dangers of the operating that far from Madaran. Lord Antius assures the citizen of Madaran that the raiders have been dealt with and the mine has been taken under Durtan's control to safeguard the machines. You let Espinens go when he was at your mercy. You put the money you gave him to good use, gathering a large group of raiders and proceeding to make a name for himself, raiding and pillaging but staying away from Tehran. No matter how you look at it, he owes you. Oh, Espens was this guy? Wait. So the town was overrun by the boatmen and they killed all the guards? What? What? Where was the setup for that? Wow. Achievement unlocked, the city of all cities. After a few weeks of travel, Madaron's marble minarets and sandstone domes finally appear out of the shimmering desert. Once the jewel of the empire, it is now a city of crumbling ruins and forgotten glory. The rivers that fed it dry, its once fertile fields now barren rock and endless drifting sand. The Great War devastated Madaron. Almost a quarter of its citizens died in the arcane blast that created the infamous Abyss. The sickness that followed it nearly succeeded in wiping out the rest, but cities rarely die with dignity. Man returned to Madan, scavengers seeking to loot the treasures of the past, oblivious to the weight of history around them as they squabbled over food and gold. Discovering a new location, 15 skill points. Oh, so this is very, like, what was it? Arabian themed for this one. Okay. Wait. So I want to see something. Hold on. So wait. If we go back without you, what? So this is so weird. All right. So wait, what happens? Lord Gilles attempts to bolster his forces with Ordu tribesmen ends in failure. Word of his failed gambit spreads, the political opponents painting him as a warmonger and madman whose ambitions would have doomed the city if not for the ever-vigilant Imperial Guards. House Aurelian's support wanes amongst the nobility as it does its influence in the region. Sensing vulnerability, House Aurelian's enemies work tirelessly to stir discontent and rebellion throughout the city, forcing Gallus to turn his attention to dealing with the internal threat. Under the pretense of rooting out rebellion, the boatmen sweep through the city, purging nobles and influential commoners in the hundreds. Reluctantly, Lord Gallus dons the mantle of tyrant, determined to keep Madaron at any cost. What is happening? Okay, so the boatmen are a murder cult. Is that what's going on? So the boatmen are just... Much has changed in turn during your absence. The horde of beggars and their derelict houses are gone, replaced by an ever-expanding circle of campfires and tents. At first, the mercenaries made their camps outside the crumbling walls, uncertain how far the welcome extended. But as new companies arrived, the old pushed in, realizing that to stay put would be to relinquish their claim on the best territory. The Kamakorium Trading Plaza and the Daratan compound remain off limits, but everywhere else their petty brawling and raucous cries fill the streets. What is happening? Okay. Oh, it's like, that guy doesn't have a head, but no, we're fine. So the boatman came through here, slaughtered all the town guards. I'm very happy I saved before we left. That is not what I expected to have happen. So, what are the boatmen? There's been no lore about what the boatmen are. Let's see, who are you? You don't, and that's what's more important. Lord Attilis doesn't want to see you. How do I know that, you asked? Your name's not on the list. Now stop wasting my time and be on your way. So he does not remember us, like, at all, basically. Huh. Well, this is not what I expected to happen. Sure. Okay, so he also has a bunch of random stuff. I mean, I'm always a big fan of a Khopesh. Oh, this is actually a dagger. Turok Longblade. The recurved design has been ignored by the Empire's swordsmen, but was welcomed by knife fighters, who adopted the Yagatan as a deadly and effective long dagger. Interesting. They don't like the recurve, eh? Odd. Huh. Okay, so it was good I saved before I left. I guess we can go... Wow, how am I supposed to deal with some of this stuff then? Try your luck in another guild. Find the Emperor's Key. Find the gold. I'm going to send you to find... led one failed expedition in search of the temple. But, like, how do I even turn this in? I guess maybe I'll have an option for it when it happens? Wait, this is another door? Oh, I guess not. Look through the window. The window sure looks tempting. The blacksmith is busy hammering away at his anvil, presenting you with the opportunity to conduct a surprise inspection of his valuables. Of course, if he were to find you roaming through his goods, he'd probably take it the wrong way. Not that there's any other way to take it. Okay, I'm not really worried about that. My dexterity is okay. I think it's a 6. Oops. Yeah, it's only a 6, so it's not like it's great. What about the bum? Nothing? Oh, that's just the gang stuff. Which, again, we have no way of, like, winning that fight. Huh. Yeah, I'm legit not sure what to do next. You need a key to open it. Ma'am, you seem to be phasing out of reality. Would you like me to work on that? As a lore master, I might know how to fix that. Huh. So yeah, I guess the only thing I can do is I can try to fleece this woman and then sell some stuff? I agreed to expect to arrive in Madron within a fortnight. Not later than 1,000 apologies. The description is highly in a matter of holding the noble. As a military sparkling. Lord Alice would like to find such a lady who's suitable. So is she just making all of this up? I guess she's just making that completely up. Is that what's going on there? So... I get it up to 3, and then if I go get the other 5, that would take it up to a 4 for crafting? Maybe that'll be enough. Let's try that out. Oh, I forgot. I don't have to leave. I can just teleport there. Okay, we got the 5 points. Oops. Oops. Okay. I have no idea this is going to be enough or what this is going to do, but that's why we saved beforehand. I did not expect when we left this city to have such a wildly sweeping event to occur. I figured things would change, sure, but I didn't think it was going to go like that. I mean, I don't even know what to expect. Somehow, apparently, the 4 boatmen, mixed with whatever else is secretly hiding around here, managed to overtake the city guard and killed everybody, and put into place a sort of mercenary ship? That seems not great. Not great. Oh, it's success at this point. Okay. It's a test of ingenuity, but after an hour, you manage to rig the pump to operate manually via makeshift hand crank. Give it a few test pumps and are rewarded by the faint rumbling of ancient plumbing stirring to life. You grab the crank with both hands and set to work. Progress is painfully slow, but eventually the sledge retreats into a hidden reservoir, revealing a manhole with steps carved into the inner side of the wall. Go down? The space is cramped, barely 6 feet deep. At first, you can't see anything that justifies the effort, but then you notice that a section of the wall is uneven. Though you don't have much room to maneuver in the manhole, with some effort you manage to pry loose the bricks and reveal a small niche. Inside you find a strange device wrapped in several layers of once oiled cloth. A crystal semi-sphere encased in a metal dome. Thin metal rods of varying lengths protrude from the bottom, reminding you of a jellyfish. The crystal, despite its centuries buried under rock and stagnant water, glows with a soft blue light. You don't remember anything like it in any of the other scrolls you've read or stories you've heard. The blue glow is obviously magical, but its purpose is unknown to you. You check the relic for potential magic leaking. More than one loremaster has been poisoned to death by magic of a broken artifact, but it is still intact. Take it. Okay. So all we had to do was throw a lot of points into crafting to get this to work, huh? And we got 3 points for the pleasure of the moment. So what did we get? Crystal sphere encased in metal dome. The thin metal rods varying length protrude from the bottom, reminding you of a jellyfish. The crystal, despite its centuries buried under the rock, stagnant water, under the brick and stagnant water, glows with pure blue light. We have no idea what this is for. The jellyfish artifact I like, though, because that's actually a thing that was in Stalker. There is a jellyfish artifact in Stalker. I mean, I guess we can do this. I really have no idea what's going on anymore. So we did that. We found a secret compartment. Problem with a femur bone, but failed to reach the bottom. Okay. Does anybody care that we did this? Random things are just happening. Wait, what are you doing with it? How do you know it's not mine? Demands the squatter. If you want it, you have to pay. Say 20 coins. I'll throw in a couple of rats for free. What do you say? The conversation attracts the rest of the squatters. It suddenly occurs to you that you can easily become another meal for the rats. Okay, pay them. Kill them all. Give the rats their last meal. Which sounds kind of funny, but streetwise, don't you see? It's a curse. The curse of the tower. To touch it is to die. Stop waving the thing in my face then and go. Streetwise, maybe I should leave it here. Disturbing a curse can bring all kinds of misfortune. I feel weaker already. No. You take this thing and go. Look, we'll give you some money. Here, 20 Imperials. Just go. You gain insight in the liberal arts, and we get a civil point. Trading. Want me to throw my life away for 20 Imperials? It's worth at least 50. We don't have that much. I do have this stone, but it's worth a lot more than 50. I'm risking my life to save you, and you're worry about giving me too much? Just give me this stupid stone, and I'll be on my way. The squatter sighs, goes down the stairs, and comes back a few minutes later with the stone. A blue sapphire covered in grease. Take it and leave. Wow. Wow, and we got, okay, 3 points from that also, or, yeah, okay. So what just happened? We suddenly just have 5 points, apparently. Alright, cool. Oh my god. This is so weird. Wait, where's the sapphire? Oh, he just gave me more sapphires. Instead of 5, or was it 6? Yeah, so I have another sapphire. I have 7 sapphires and 2 gold rings now. Not to mention this. Wow. Wow. Street smarts, everybody. Dang. Okay, I wonder if I can talk to what's-his-face and maybe we can work together to figure out what this is. Talk to Deller. I'm here to see Master Carius. Guard, escort turn on the Master Carius. I had some questions. Nope, nothing new there. Okay. Wow. So these boatmen are literally going to ransack the town and kill all the guards. For some reason. That seems kind of insane to me. Alright, well, let's go see if someone will buy this stuff from us. Some clothing. Browse the wares. So... all. Okay. Oh, okay, so that'll give us more than enough. Okay. What if I do like this? And then... just one of these? Oh, okay, that's not enough. These aren't worth very much. Yeah, it's not worth very much. Oil. Yeah, we would need another, what, $13 worth? I'm just wondering if there's a reason to hold on to these or if I should just sell them. Maybe I just keep one of each? That way we have 1 sapphire and 1 gold ring? And we can buy the medallion? Let's do that. This way we at least still have 1 sapphire and 1 ring. Who knows what kind of weird artifact we might be able to make later with it or something. This might look great for climbing. Good. Good for us. Oh, wait. The inn is... Wait, where is the inn? Hold on. Healer. Okay, inn. I think that's actually where we were at, wasn't it? It was. I'm an idiot. All right, bro. We're here to buy your necklace. All after, no. Here's the money. Pay him 500 Imperials. It's like we agreed. Nods the trash clerk, counting the money. Here gives you the amulet and walks away. Okay, so what is this thing I just bought? Adorned with beads and engraved with runes, it appears to be a ceremonial bowl of some sort. Strangely wrapped, but there isn't unusual for an artifact of the old empire. Who knows what arcane forces have been unleashed on it? 2 small metal drums are affixed to the outside. 2 awkwardly angled to be supports for the bowl. Reservoirs? Perhaps containers of sacred light for the bowl? Is it just a gas mask? Can I, like, combine this? Can I plug this into this? There's probably nothing. It looks like like a gas mask. Ceremonial bowl of some sort, strangely wrapped. Who knows what the arcane force uses? It looks like the adapter for a gas mask, like the part you would put over your face. All right, well, find the gold, find the key, do that, and talk. Okay, so all of this stuff, besides the find the gold thing. I guess the other option is we could, I guess, start making things. But I don't think that actually gets us... What does this give me? When thrown, it will burn through any armor, provided the acid is strong enough, and gradually reduce its damage resistance until it has nothing left. Can be placed in a belt slot. Can I mix that with something else? Okay, so sulfur makes acid. Grow anywhere. An oily root paste can be rubbed on wounds to prevent infection and accelerate healing. Base reagents. Healing Solve. Restore hit points outside of combat via right-clicking. Stops bleeding in combat. Accessible via belt slots. Now, there's some of this stuff. Okay, a simple drought that can reduce the effects of snake and scorpion poison, but only skilled alchemists can brew an elixir that can constantly... Modifier reagent. So what does that give me? Nothing. Okay. Bloodstream longer, extended duration of most potions and poisons. Can't do that. After a few minutes, the wounds will open up again. This no, that doesn't do anything either. Okay. Nothing. Nothing. Really? We can't expound upon... I mean, I don't know why we would use rock salt in any of this, but... Hey, what about rock salt? And sulfur? Or, no. Where's... Sulfur? Black powder? Oh, no, sulfur's at the bottom. Wait, saltpeter and sulfur should make dynamite. Maybe we don't know how to make that yet. That's a real-life thing that actually works. Can I mix it with black powder? Nope. None of this other stuff does anything either, right? Oh, okay. Liquid fire vial strong if we add sulfur to it. Oh, okay. Now, one of the other things I was curious about is what happens if... Base reagent. Learn how to brew a special drought that gives you a man either dreams nor drunkenness, but rage and battle lust. Poison vial, natural poison. Good for coating your weapons and other nefarious purposes. After 20 successful strike, the poison will be washed away by blood. The effect lasts 3 turns, starting with the next turn after the attack. The damage can be reduced by the victim's constitution. Damage 3. 20 strikes. So we could just make some poison, you say? Can I, like, make, like, extra bleed poison? We need 9 points in alchemy to create it? Oh my god. Natural, very potent poison. Effect lasts for 5 turns. Starting with the next turn after the attack. The damage can be reduced by the victim's constitution. So it just lasts longer. It doesn't actually do more damage. That's kind of lame. Plants. It can fortify healing properties of other plants. So then, shouldn't this, like... Oh, it needs to be 4 to make the restorative liniment. Element used to heal bruises. Cannot be used in combat. Okay. Restores hit points outside of combat. Heals 15. If we do this, heals stat penalties for 0 points. Oh, so it ends up making it a restorative in a different way. Oh. Deathly's poisons. What does the mushrooms do? So it makes a berserker potion? Damage bonus 30%, to hit penalty 20%, duration turns 3. That would be good to give to somebody else, I guess. Natural poison. That doesn't do anything on its own. I guess I don't know how to make firebomb. I don't know how to make black powder bombs on my own yet. And then if I mix that with sulfur, it would make this, but I need to have 6 points in alchemy to be able to create that. What an odd thing this is. Maybe I create some poison? I have 9 of these. I'm going to create a poison. And then I'm going to put it on my weapon. How do I do that? Okay, so I got 20 stabs of a poison dagger. So literally I just need to stab as much, like just do some stabbing. As long as I hit them, they're going to start taking damage, which is important. So just a lot of quick stabbing. I'm going to prison shank people. I'm curious to see if the damage actually stacks like it does with blood. If that's the case, that could be insanely powerful. Crucified man. Imperial guards the force criticizing and displaying them on roll. Render service rendered and a warning to those who might. Yeah, okay. Huh. Okay. Well, I mean, there's no way I'm gonna fight the bandits, right? That's basically the last thing I have to do is the bandits thing. I can get some points for talking to them, but there's no way I'm going to actually, you know, defeat the bandits in pitched combat. Put on a scope and a crossbow and get to work. Wait, what if I do this? Do I have one after all? Okay. I was wondering what happens if I don't have one of those. Okay, wait, this calls for parlay. Okay, so it's streetwise and impersonate. And that was a failure. Just a messenger. Oh, and that's Espinez is opinion on the matter. Okay, yeah. Attack! What do I got? A couple of bandits? What if I run away? Or I just get shot full of arrows. Wow, yeah, you'd have to fight all of them. Dang. Also, oh, I'm dead. Okay. Okay, let's load back to this. So I guess I could throw some easy points into... Maybe I just throw some easy points into... impersonate? Because, I mean, that gets me up to a 7 right there. That's gotta be enough, right? I mean, we're just trying things now. Because the magical artifact can stay. Who cares about that? I don't have the ring. Oh, and I didn't buy that helmet. Well, whatever. Oh, wait. Did that not save the priest stuff? I don't remember. We'll have to check when we get back. I want to try this then. Parlay. Streetwise and impersonate. Still a failure with a 7. Just a messenger. Oh my god, this is the long way to do this. I should have just had the attack and then died and then loaded. I'm pleading for his life. Aren't you a sight for sores? Micah's? Asked Camilla, stepping back. Surprised? Thought you got rid of me for good, didn't you? Tell you the truth, so did I. How did you make it through the desert with a bolt in your chest? You know what's funny, though? If it's your greed that killed you, I would have never thought to look for you in Tehran, but you wanted your money. The money you stole from me. And so you let me write to you. Okay. So he stole bandit money and then went to go live in this town, and then the raiders attacked the town? This story is so all over the place. Yeah, I guess we just go here. Yeah, there's Tower Cellar. Wow, okay. I guess we'll see what happens with, I guess. Okay, so where are we at? So we haven't put any points into crafting yet. So, So if we sell all the jewels that this lady gave us, we can buy the necklace thing. Right? I mean, I did succeed at a lot of checks right there to do this. It's very random, though. It's my problem with it. Like, you just walk up and fleece someone in a house with no knowledge who they are or what's going on? Browse wares. Yeah, so we ended up... Oh, no, we have 2 gold rings, so he just gave us a sapphire. Cancel. So how much if I just do all of this? Yeah, and then all of these. Yeah, we have just enough to buy that necklace if we do this. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. It sucks that we have to give up all of that, but... Okay, let's go buy the necklace. Oh, wait. Okay, I've got to get the necklace out of here. Okay, here's the 500 Imperial. Hopefully this is worth it. So now we have that. We have the gas mask looking thing. Guess I could sell these extra daggers? Still don't know why they gave me so many daggers at the beginning, but... Okay, but we need to get crafting up at some point. That's the problem, right? I mean, even if I put all of my points into impersonate, I got it up to a 7, and that still wasn't enough. Because I was in Streetwise and in impersonate. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it higher than a 3. Oh, if I go get the other 5, that would take it up to 4, and that would be an 8? Let's try that. So fleecing the woman... Because apparently I have to get this done before I leave, or the town is going to apparently shift while I'm gone. Okay, so I have 13 points. Yeah, I can't take Streetwise up anymore, or Persuasion. Okay. Okay, let's try an 8 then. Shall we? This calls for a parlay. Still not enough. Oh my god. Just the messenger. The way I see it, Amila's money wasn't his to give, says the raider, calming down. If Espons has a different opinion on the matter, he's welcome to come here and discuss it with me. Now, where did you say Amila stashed my money? Oh, okay, so we just do this. And then load. Okay, So yeah, that's still not enough. I mean, there's not much else I can do is the problem. I guess I shouldn't have put those extra points into sneak and lockpick, or sneak and etiquette. That would have given me 10 more points. Not that I know that would be enough for anything, I don't think. But yeah, so I mean, we can get the gold for the amulet. Talk to Divinus a minute. Check you're looking in there. Find the Ember's key. I mean, yeah, find the gold is the only thing we have to do when we come back. And we basically talk to everybody else. So yeah, there's no way to resolve this without what's-his-face dying. Which is sort of insane, but... So it kind of comes down to... Okay, so we just do all this. So that gives us 4 points. We get another 5 points. But yeah, just... And we sell this, buy the artifact from the guy, and then I guess we can leave, and when we come back, we can try to do the other 2 things. If we can get our reputation up with... How Duratan is at a 7, and that's not enough to go inside of the mines? Really? Dang. Alright. That's kind of frustrating, but... Weird that we had that other sapphire. And I was somehow able to hold on to... That's weird. Oh, right. They gave me the money and... They gave me the money and the gem or whatever, right? Maybe that's what's making up the difference. Alright, that's fine. We do that. Talk to the prospector guy. Pay him the money. We have the necklace. I got 20 points. I mean, maybe we just take up Streetwise and then go to the next town and call it even? Or I can get that up to 10, or up to 3. I mean, if we do this, then we've just stuck with getting... We go get that other sapphire, and we go get the random item. And then we have the points to go do the stuff in the mine in that direction, because that also needs crafting. And I want to see what that does. I can't believe a reputation of 7 is not high enough to go into that mine, though. Yeah, I really want to be able to fix stuff. I guess we'll go this way with it. I will just never get that guy's gold back, I guess. Or at least not without... We'll never get the gold. We can go get some points from him or whatever, but that's not going to do us really any good. Because even if we do everything we can to make ourselves better at impersonating and streetwise, it's still not good enough. And I have no other way to get any more points. At least with the crafting thing, we're able to... I don't know, progress the world lore, sort of? Okay. See, stuff like this bothers me a lot. Let me go see if I can go into this mine. I can't remember if 4 was enough to progress this bit. Also, how did I buy the helmet? Huh. I don't know how I bought the helmet and was able to afford the business being here, so it's just you turn around and leave. Yeah, I cannot. I can't go in here yet. I need like one more point of standing with Duratan. I mean, all of these cannot be done in the starting town, and this is the only one we're going to lose. That's an active quest, right? I guess we'll just move on. Oh, this is super scary. I'm gonna do one more save. Before leaving town. Okay. Luckily, we have lots of other saves, so it's not like it's hurting anything. But let's go to this way. Will unfold without you. Yes. Taking the demise of the Imperial Guards at the hands of the boatmen as a good omen, Lord Antaeus steps up the recruitment efforts of House Duratan. Kamakern's gold. That's so weird to me. You let Emmaus go when he was at your mercy. He put the money you gave him to good use, gathering a large group of raiders and proceeding to make a name for himself. Raiding and pillaging, but staying away from Tehran. No matter how you look at it, he owes you. Okay, so he owes us one for letting him go and being a good person to him, I guess. It's actually very nerve-wracking. We read that earlier. Discovered a new location and we got 15 points for it. Next level unlocks Proves Healing Salve, Berserker Potion, and Poison. Restorative Liminant, Black Powder Bomb, Extended Neurostimulant. Unlocks Liquid Fire, Acid Vial, and a Neurostimulant and Antidote. I mean, now we could put some points into impersonate, I guess. I mean, maybe I'm just spreading out too much? I don't know. Let's just try this and see where we end up. You're too late, says a man standing next to an empty stall when you approach. The caravan just left. It will take weeks before the next one is ready to depart. Where do you send caravans to? These days, mostly Genazar and Creator. Azamar and Cypher are gone. Tehran's about to join them. We need markets for our goods, and the local goods take back to cover the costs and turn some profit. There are a couple mining villages that can make a trip there worthwhile, but they're an exception rather than the norm. I'm out the car. You mentioned villages. Okay, Azamar and Sipapor. The Imperial Guards took over Sipapor 2 decades back and ran it into the ground. Azamar fell a few years ago. 2 lordings tore it apart after their father's death. The way the story is told, the younger son gathered enough support and deposed his older brother, who somehow managed to escape. Hired every mercenary company willing to fight for a cut of the action and returned to claim the throne. The siege went on for years, and by the time the town fell and the mercenary companies took what they considered a fair share, there wasn't much left of it. Why didn't the Imperial Guard step in? The guard said that Chanter doesn't allow them to interfere in the internal affairs of the houses, but the way I see it, the weaker the houses, the stronger the guards. At any rate, I don't see them putting their butts on the line just to prop up some lordling. What can you tell me about Gainazar? It's a lovely town. It's built in cascading levels around the castle that gave the town its name, so the view alone is worth the trip. The archways of Lowtown become the walkways of the Skyport. It's quite a sight, my friend. There's nothing like that left anymore. The locals are getting too obsessed with gods and worship, but maybe it's better than being obsessed with money and power. I find it rather charming, to be honest. The Skyport? It's one of the districts. The stories say that flying ships used to dock there. It does have those strange platforms, but they could have been used for just about anything. If you ask me, of course, flying ships and chariots make better stories, so who am I to argue? What can you tell me about Kar Tor? You see one military fort, you've seen them all. This one's just much bigger than all the others combined, but they keep it simple. Rows of barracks, granary, cookhouse, hospital, and the Praetorium. The entire splinter is surrounded by walls to keep the guards from running away in the middle of the night, no doubt. You mentioned villages? They put up here and there like mushrooms after a rain, but most don't last. It's hard to make it on your own out there. They think they can grow some crops because they did it so well behind their shacks in the city, but a few acres fields in the middle of nowhere is a different game. First, it takes more water for once, and water is fickle these days. One year you have enough to cover 3 fields, the next barely enough for 1. Second, there are a lot more birds and animals to watch for and guard your harvest against. Third, the rot. Once it starts spreading, you're as good as done. My uncle was a farmer, always talking about the rot. Well, I must be going. Leave. Thank you, Clericus, for informing us of all of that random world lore. Thank you very much. What's Karimbi? What do you want? The man in front of you is in his 50s. His face is deeply lined and weathered, suggesting that his owner spends most of his time outside. That its owner spends most of his time outside and probably in the wasteland. He means the guy who owns the face. I always thought he was saying that this guy was a slave or something. I'm just curious about your line of work. The kind I don't talk to about with people I don't know, says the man, turning away. Leave. Okay, got some horses. We got a door. Matadorian Inn. You see a grizzled old fellow haggling with the innkeepers over a dish of scraps and a cup of watered wine. They reach an agreement. The old man pulls the cup towards him for a long sip, savoring his drink, and reluctantly pours the rest into a bowl of yesterday's rice. He works the wine into the rice, which, along with half an onion, comprises his meal. After finishing, he lets his gaze linger a moment on the empty bowl before turning with a disputed sigh to address the common room. A tale, he says in a hoarse voice before pushing to cough explosively. Hearken everyone to a most wondrous tale, a tale I offer exclusively to the most distinguished patrons of this most illustrious establishment. Stay and listen. Look around, my friend, demands the old man. The patrons comply, obviously spectating as part of some feeble jest. No, not at these 4 walls, you adults. Look in wonder of the glorious city of Madaran. Countless cities and towns, village, hamlets have crumbled into dust, or been submerged beneath the waves, or swallowed by the desert sands. Madaran survives. For 10,000 years, the mighty capital has stood, and for 10,000 years, he will continue to stand, watching over. I heard that the city was 1,000 years old, interrupts a surly-looking metal worker in the crowd. Where did you hear that, pray tell? The storyteller seems to grow in stature. Looking down at the man with disdain. I was born here, as was my father, and my father's father, and his father before him. So which of us knows best, my gritty friend? Now set aside for a while the crackling geese in the market, which is often mistaken for wisdom, and you will learn something of this city of all cities we are all so fortunate to call home. Keep listening. Madan was old and wise, already a place of philosophers and statesmen, when the empire was nothing but an upstart kingdom. Yes, they were brawlers, full of strength and bolster. Let us give violence its due, but what would have been therein without our art, our knowledge, our wisdom? The empire held their legions, many esteemed comrades, but there's a limit to what can be accomplished through the brutality. And add culture and knowledge to your strength, and you have the potent force. The old empire has fallen to dust. A heap of cracked stones where once stood mighty walls. Of ancient Ilium, nothing remains but faded diagrams on a handful of mildewed scrolls. Madaron alone stands, her glory scornful of the passing of mere men, of time and decay, her nobles and lords unfazed by. I come inside to get away from the wind, not to be bathed in it, a dusty scribe declares. Yes, get to the tale before ye crumble away yourself, another patron helpfully adds. I'm getting to the tale, says the old-timer. He smiles still, but his eyes are tight with anger. I know that such learned folks as yourselves must all have heard of that dismal and storied ruin, that place of terror and woe, commonly named the Abyss. Well, there are rumors, there are tales, there is truth. I will wager a meal that no one here has heard the truth. And you know the truth? Asked the scribe with a smirk. I certainly do, the storyteller snaps, for an instant unable to conceal the weary and bitter man he has become. I happened in my travels upon a loremaster working alone at the edge of the desert. His apprentice had died of the road the week before, and worse luck, his mule soon after. Loremaster himself was clinging to life by the barest thread. I shared my water with him, the only wealth I had to offer for him, as you see, a humble man. And in his gratitude, he gifted me his finest scroll, a first-hand account of the poisoned zone, which history has named the Abyss. This was 10 years ago, and the scroll itself is now lost, but luckily for you, my friends, I have committed it entire to the vault of my mind. He taps a finger meaningfully on the temple. Still, 10 years is 10 years, and a few of the details may be mixed up. I promise it's worth your time, and a coin or two besides. It was during the final days of the Great War, he begins with a drama running close to the ridiculous, when earth and sky both were riven by terrible weapons, when catastrophe chased disaster. Entire cities vanished overnight, tens of thousands extinguished like candle flames swamped by the sea. Yet Meridian was impregnable, for no army could breach her mantle of magic. Any who approached were destroyed without mercy, like ants treading on a bed of hot coals. For her enemies were as clever as they were ruthless. One night the city's magi tracked several new stars of the night sky, stars which moved, but did not burn out and disappear as their more common brothers. They declared this a dark omen and commanded the minarets and spires to cast their nets just as their cursed beacons began to fall into the sky. They were too late, however. One star escaped those nets to land in the valuable district of wisdom. This was the time when the sun dawned in the darkest night, and the thunder that arose made the gods themselves tremble. When the real sun rose in the east, all you could see the district of wisdom was no more. What is left we now call the Abyss. Okay, so they hit it with a bomb. It is not the end of my story. With that cruel dawn, a strange, misshapen man appeared at the gate. He was haggard and wan, and stumbled as though wounded, yet raw power crackled the air around him. When he gestured, the steel gates 12 feet high crumbled as no more than paper in his closed fist. The guards who rushed to meet him bent like reeds in a gale. From that wind bowed them, but from the wind that bowed them, they would never spring back. In that instant, the city was doomed, for this creature wasn't a man at all, but a demon conjured in the unspeakable rituals of our enemies. There was, however, one who dared oppose him, Abu Hassan ibn Hadal al-Sarabi, first of the Magi. Though the lords of the city all knew him to be doing their good work 1,000 miles from Madaron, he had somehow appeared and her direst need to stand calmly waiting in the path. The twisted creature sneered at the world's greatest magus, using the familiar form of greeting, an insult to such a powerful man, and asked if he still thirsted for knowledge man wasn't meant to know. Calmly, the magus replied that his thirst had been quenched a long time ago, and that his power, and that of his seals, had grown stronger since their last meeting, as the state of the demon's forlorn and raggedy host did attest. The demon had no witty reply to this, but reared up to strike him down. To the astonishment of everyone present, including the demon himself, his own limbs refused to obey him. His ribs cracked inward with a sound like twigs breaking. His legs buckled beneath him. His eyes turned white, leaving him blind. Sealed within his ruined human form, he was unable to do anything but crawl and curse. What did they do with the demon? Inquired the scribe softly. Sometime during the story, the patron's taunts and grumbling had faded away. Everyone sat on the edge of their chairs, fists clenched, wine forgotten. That detail the scroll did not reveal, says the old man, but I would venture that the demon was locked away for eternity in the most impregnable sort of prison or vault. I mean, what else would you do with such a being? Did the scroll mention the name of the demon? It did, says the storyteller. He is befuddled by it for a moment, since you clearly the first person to ask him that. Balzarath? Balzarob? It was an evil sound like vinegar on the tongue. Or is he talking about Beelzebub? Oh, don't tell me he's talking about Beelzebub. What were the Magi working on before the attack on the city? The scroll didn't say. All I can tell you is that the grandest and tallest building in the city was the House of Magi. A dozen golden towers and silver arches hovering over the city. It is written that the highest pinnacle pierced the clouds, and the lowest catacomb struck dug deep under the earth, anchoring the tower in place. Can you see now what was lost? He's practically pleading for understanding. When we will ever rebuild such a splendor? How? The base used to be called the District of Wisdom. That's correct, he nods. It was the heart of Madaron, a place of temples, libraries, and schools. Granted, all I saw was an old drawing, but the image left me speechless and filled my heart with sorrow. Lore masters say that the answer to any question could be found in the District of Wisdom, if one knew where to look and whom to ask. Men would come from all over the land to seek out our wisdom. Now, the only thing that seek here are the ladies of the night. This is like a vast library? Not wholly inaccurate, he replies pompously, but it was also much more than that. The ancients mined knowledge the way slaves mine ore. The city boasted the best magi, algebraists, topologists, alchemists, and engineers, and astronomers. There's no R in it, even though there's an R in it. Astronomers. Astronomers? Astrology. Astronomers. No. Nope. We're just moving on. Astronomers. Nope. Madaron had them all in one place. They walked these streets, breathed the same air, gazed upon the same stars. It was a time of wonder. What do you know about the gods? Old wives' tale, says the old man dismissively. Men of wisdom won the war, not gods. Let those gods strike me down if I lie. Walk away. Just explodes. That would be so amazing. Alright, so we got another lore dump there. Cadmus? A drunken man yelling at the patrons and waving around his spear. Accustomed to his outbursts, the patrons seem to be ignoring him. You can't help but notice that it's a good spear, steel, custom made. Nice spear. Nice spear? Ha, this spear had made me the champion of the arena back when the title meant something. Shoves the spear in your face, presumably for a closer look. Just ignore him, says the patrons. Cadmus is always like that when he starts drinking. Was he really a champion? Hard to believe, huh? Says the patron. You should have seen him 10 years ago when he was in his prime. Now he's a pale shadow of what he once was. Provoke Cadmus? Cadmus, really? Pretending to leave, you bump into Cadmus and shove him out of your way. Watch it, yells Cadmus, looking upset. You spilled my drink, you lucky. I'm lucky you don't remember how to hold that spear anymore. Why would I fight him? Cadmus stares at you drunkenly as the words sink in. Slowly, a smile spreads across his face. For a moment there, you see that lethal spearman who ruled the arena 10 years ago. Then the moment's gone. All you see is a drunkard swaying on unsteady legs. Why am I fighting this guy? I'm fighting him in the arena! What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Critical strike. Stat damaged. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay, so fast. What about regular? Blocked. Wow, he can critical? Wait, he can... I guess that was just... Wait, how did he stab me with a spear? I guess it's a one-handed spear. Is that what it is? I guess that's what it is. It was just that since it's a spear, it's a one-handed spear, so I guess he can use it in close range. But I guess since it's a one-handed spear, you could also use it at long range? That seems really strange to me. Okay, just get him to... Oh, wait, wasn't there one more? Nothing. Okay, I guess not. Okay. Just got to make sure we get all this stuff on the map and all this stuff. I just want to make sure that it's put into our character's head. To make sure we have, like, everything. Okay. I don't have no desire to actually fight him since he's going to obliterate us. Nothing at the moment. Leave. Okay. Looks like this just takes us back into this. A dwelling. A courtyard. What time is it? Okay. A local guide. Oh, I'm good. Unless it's free advice, which it never is. 10 Imperials. For only 10 Imperials, you can get a tour of our glorious city and have all your questions answered. I'm good, thanks. The only time that's ever worked out in a way that was hilarious was in Fallout New Vegas. What can I do for you, Asbellis, the proprietor of this establishment? A balding man with a round, pudgy face and bags under his eyes? Nothing. Leave. I can't even buy booze from you? Fine. Oh. You hear the sounds of drums announcing the arrival of a caravan and you almost immediately crates, barrels, and sacks start flowing through the gates, followed by chained, dust-covered slaves and tired guards. Go and take a look. Once inside the gate, the new arrivals are dealt with a surprising speed and efficiency. Slaves are taken to the auction block, paid for cargo delivered to co-signees, guards paid and discharged to boost the local economy. All that's left are small-time traders hoping to sell their goods at a profit in a big city, and the vultures that prey on them. Levy collectors who take all they can, and cutthroats who take everything, including their lives. One of the traders shakes his head and turns away for a levy collector to think it over. Almost immediately, he's approached by two rough-looking men who whisper something in his ear. The trader, still in a state of shock, accepts their generous offer, much like drawing a man grass at a straws, and follows them to his doom. Follow them? He followed the man into a nearby alley, arriving just in time to witness the last act of the drama. The parting of the fool and his gold impossible life. The thugs, now 3 of them, regard you as an extra bonus, 2 for the price of 1. What do you have here? Inquires one of the thugs, skinny man with the deep-seated eyes. Get out of here? Or what? Asks the shrugs. Body count? I don't have any kind of body count. His arm pushing his chest, streetwise. Oh, okay. So it's just another combat? I guess. So, why do they get a full another turn? I don't understand. Is this... How far will they chase me? Where am I even headed? I'm trying to figure out if there's guards somewhere. It looks like... Oh, there's guards this way. Show kindness to a veteran as I'm being chased by a bunch of murderous thugs. As you walk down the street, you hear shouts and see an angry crowd pursuing several men. They chase them into a nearby house and start discussing the best way to smoke them out. A lone guard shows up and tries to calm the tensions, but without visible success. Approach. Burn them yells a red-faced, burly man in a dirty tunic pointing at the house. The crowd seems to share his animosity towards the house inhabitants. Nobody's burning anything in my district, says the guard weakly. Tries to infuse his words with authority, but he isn't eager to risk his life to restore order, which only emboldens the crowd. What's going on? Guard, it's the Nutters, sighs the guard. Now that they've got some numbers behind them, things are starting to get out of control. Earlier, they went through the district shouting, pushing over carts, and upsetting people. There was a fight, 3 dead, a dozen wounded. The preacher and his cronies hold in there. He nods at the house, and now these idiots want to burn it down and half a district with it. The Nutters? The mouth breathers who follow these preachers around, eating up every word and asking for more. We didn't see it coming when it started. These preachers were talking crazy, but nobody listened. So what's the harm, right? And then something changed. Suddenly there were drowning crowds. People were repeating stuff like it meant something, and now we have bloody riots in the middle of the day. What preachers? Ever since Maru went nuts and started talking about God, some people took it upon themselves to spread his teaching and bring the light to our darkness. Now, as far as I know, the preachers never said a word about attacking unbelievers, but maybe they didn't have to. Make a man feel righteous, and there's no telling how far he will go. What do they preach? The usual stuff. The godless will be punished, the righteous will be saved. Need any help? And keep the crowd in check while I go and get more men to handle it properly? Sure. Lore success. Okay. The guard leaves you in charge and quickly walks away. The crowd gets its hopes up and moves a few steps closer. The preacher ain't going nowhere, says the burly man. We had enough of his stuff. Allow the show's over. Get out of here. The preacher will be dealt with in accordance with the laws of House Aurelian. Any attempt to rob our lord of his rights to dispense punishment will be considered a grave insult, punishable by removal of the offender's right arm. You're right. A message must be sent. Okay, let's try this. Success. All right, says the burly man, spitting and narrowly missing your feet. Have it your way, but if you ever catch this guy in our neighborhood, he's ours. You gain a new insight. We get 1 civil point. Wait for the crowd to leave and go inside the house. You see a man with a thin face, a narrow aquiline nose, and fire in his eyes. This must be the preacher. Behind him stand 2 men, roughed up and bloodied. Who are you? Asked the preacher. You gain 2 points. Peace make your reputation increase. Let's go. 2 skill points gained. A friend. It's safe to come out now. The God worked a miracle through you, my child, much like they always do. It's the righteous woman like you that makes the world worth saving. Thank you, brother. So what happened here today? My congregation wanted to share their love for the gods with their neighbors, for it was their duty of every believer to bring the light of true faith into the hearts of others. Yet, apparently, such roads are filled with perils. The faithful were attacked, spat on, knocked to the ground, and beaten. We had to defend ourselves, but our creed isn't a militant one, and we fared poorly. All but those 2 lucky souls are dead now. I'm glad I could help them. We're in your debt, and this debt will be repaid. I'll bring the word of our deeds to the holy city of Ganazar. Thank you. Leave. Am I still in combat? I'm still in combat! Are you kidding? How I put down a small riot, and somehow I'm still in combat. Oh god, I put down a small riot and helped some city guard, and somehow I'm still in the middle of combat. I'm at a -8 armor penalty right now for some reason. How many events can I get involved in while actively being attacked by these bandits? That's what my question is. Oh, this is amazing. Do we have any guards? Anybody interested in stopping 3 men from killing a woman? This guy is slowly falling behind. Nobody is interested, huh? Nobody's interested in stopping 3 armed men from attacking a woman? Nobody here is interested in that, huh? Including but not limited to the guards whose job it is to be interested in that. That's pretty impressive, I'd say. I think they're faster than me. But I have a mobility bonus. Not that I know what that means, but... Oh, there we go. That got us some distance. Imperial Guards Fort. Apparently, they did not take into account me getting away from these not so fine gentlemen. I guess. They're literally just going to chase me through the whole town, and the guards are never going to get involved, huh? Wait, I can attack the arena master? This is incredibly silly. Oh, I thought I could fight them one-on-one. I didn't realize this was 2 spaces wide. Vortifedge, welcome. We are very slowly running through town, being chased by 3 men with weapons, trying to kill us. And nobody seems to care that that's happening right now. Absolutely nobody cares that that's happening right now. It's pretty funny. You've come at an unfortunate time. We're just getting towards the end of the stream, though. But how are you doing? What are you up to today? Do you celebrate American Thanksgiving by any chance? So they're just going to chase us forever. They don't care. No one cares that this is happening. All right. A normal day in Hungary? Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. That's what? Sometime in the afternoon? It would make it what, like... It's got to be what, like 11 p.m. for you? Oh, this is hilarious. So yeah, they just don't care. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Let's see where this takes us. Oh, you know what I need to check? I need to check to make sure we did the stuff with the priest, though. It didn't seem to save that. Hold on, I want to go back. Okay, this is the one back in Tehran. Yeah, we are tearing this whole module apart right now. I'm basically stuck in a no-killing run. Have you played this before? Is this something you're familiar with? It's been pretty wild what we can and cannot get up to. Okay, did we do the priest stuff? Okay, the priest stuff is done, so it's just... Okay, so we're good then. We did the priest stuff, which is what we wanted to do. Okay. Alright, so then we should be good. That we just need to go into... This one, I guess, is going to be the closest where we're at. Okay, yeah, this just takes us here. Okay, cool. I'm trying to think. What I want to do... Let's just get the quick update stuff. Uh-huh. Yep. Okay. Great, perfect. We'll go listen to the storyteller guy, get the lore real quick on that, and then we'll save it. Uh-huh, 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 uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay, cool. We get that done. Don't worry about the inn. But yeah, this module has been completely insane. What stuff happens in Moran? Or Moran? Moran? Yeah, that's fine. Save. Like, I mean, we've... I don't know, we could blow up a mine. Like, there's been so many weird things. Just happen out of nowhere. Oh, okay, go and look. Follow them. I'm in the city and need some spending money. You'll pay me half of each, and then in return, leave while you can. Or what? Do you have any idea? Okay, so we just get into this same fight. That's so bizarre. And it just drags me into that. I just have to not get involved at all. Maybe I'm being... Now this is where I'm going to start getting punished for spreading out my skill points so much. But Streetwise still seems to be a super important one. Oh, I don't have enough. Wait, what if I go this way? No, same thing. Not your problem. Nothing I can do about it, friendo. Sorry, bud. I ain't got the skills to handle that. Okay, but I can go handle this crowd situation over here. I assume it's just going to kick in when I get clear, like, nearby this. Yes, approach. What's going on? The nutters. The preaching. Do they preach? Need any help? Sure. Lore and persuasion. Success. How to leave. Uh-huh. 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 Boom. And house crassy and reputation increases. Boom. Love it. Alright. So that's all the stuff we know we can do, basically, now. Oh, we can go to the slums. That's good to know. Wow, this arena is pretty messed up, eh? Show kindness to a veteran, yes. Oh, that's where they killed the guy. Oh. Alright. But yeah, that seems like the perfect place to call it right there. Let's say, and we'll say 1. Alright, there we go. Exit. Are you sure you want to quit? Yes, I am. But yeah, this module has been pretty crazy overall. I didn't know what to expect. I guess I might have messed up by not helping get the guy into the town beforehand. And then there might have been something else I could have done with the bandit leader against the other bandits, it sounds like, based on the getting caught thing. But we'll see what happens. I mean, we've got enough spread out saves that if we need to retcon something when Ika's here to kind of maybe not have things go so weird, that would be cool. But we'll have to see what happens. All right, so with that, so scheduling. Obviously next week, 4 p.m. here on Twitch, we'll have more of this. Things will be back to normal, obviously, since next week's not the holiday. Tomorrow's when things are going to be weird. So what we're going to do... I'm trying to think how I want to do this 24-hour stream. I think what I'll do is I'll start the stream. Do I want to do... Because I'm really torn right now. Because I could just sit and do Salt and Sanctuary and see if I can't just do it in a single sitting. Like start Saturday at like... I don't know, because if I do it at 8, that would be 8 to 8, and then another 4 hours for 16. No, my best bet's probably going to be the 24-hour stream, right? So what we'll do is tomorrow, Friday, we'll let's call it 6 p.m. Well, let's call it 6 p.m. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Maybe a little earlier, maybe a little later. Tomorrow, 6 p.m., we'll start the 24-hour stream. I'll start Friday, tomorrow, 6 p.m., and then we will start playing Salt and Sanctuary from the beginning, fresh, never touched it before. We'll start playing Salt and Sanctuary and see how long it takes me to beat it in one sitting. And if we have time left, we might start up Abe's Exodus, which was requested by I Swear I'm Not an Elk. If it kind of comes down to how long it takes me. If it takes me like 22 hours, 21 hours to finish it, probably won't start up Abe's Exodus. If it doesn't, if it only takes me like, I don't know, 17 hours and we still got another 7 hours, I might start Abe's Exodus and see how far we can get into that before the end of the 24 hours. It all just kind of comes down to how much time is left after we finish up Salt and Sanctuary, right? But yeah, so because of obviously the 24-hour stream, we are not going to be doing the immersive, aka no face cam horror stream on Saturday. Vivietta will have to wait another week, which isn't a big deal. And then we have Sunday, depending on how I feel after the Saturday stuff. We might have, we might or might not have Chicken Police starting at. That's a good question. What time do I want to start it? Do like a 12 to 3, 11 to 2. Let's say we'll start it at 11 on Sunday if I feel capable of streaming again. If I feel capable of streaming again on Sunday, we'll try to start at about 11 o'clock, and then we'll try to go to around 2 to 3 o'clock and get some more Chicken Police in. And that of course is Puzzle Sunday. And then next week, next Tuesday, we will have more of Medal of Honor Allied Assault as recommended by Chiang Mai on Tuesday, Action Tuesdays, and that'll be at 4 p.m. As the week goes on and we get closer to Tuesday, I'm going to start looking more into what we'll do next for our, kind of our in-between module. I think the talk was making Fallout New Vegas, I think, was going to become our new in-between module. But we'll have to see. We'll have another discussion with it tomorrow. Once I start the 24-hour stream, we have more people here to figure out exactly what we're doing. And I think it was Fallout New Vegas was going to become the new in-between stream. And then figuring out when we can finish Abe's Exodus if we get it started. I might finish Abe's Exodus as an in-between thing and then start out Fallout New Vegas, probably. But we have a few things over in the Discord in the recommendation section to do. I was able to figure out I was able to get a hold of one of the Ace Combat modules, which was recommended by I Swear I'm Not an Elk. So at some point we can put that into the rotation. That might be probably coming up after we make sure at least Abe's Exodus is done and Medal of Honor Allied Assault. As long as both of those are done, I think next up in the list would be, let me see, while we got it here. Oh, okay, we have Restless Soul is up before. Okay, yes. So we got the Tomb Raider, we got Medal of Honor Allied Assault. Next up after Medal of Honor Allied Assault is actually Ace Combat requested by I Swear I'm Not an Elk. So after we finish up Medal of Honor Allied Assault, we might start the Ace Combat 7, I think is the one I picked up. After that, for Action Tuesday stuff, it looks like the next thing after that would be Restless Soul. So Abe's Exodus would probably become the new in-betweener, followed by Fallout New Vegas, and then we would have Ace Combat, followed by Restless Soul for Action Tuesday. I think that's how it would go. All right, but yeah, so, but if you want to get caught up on any of this nonsense, we have the YouTube repository, Raven Hillbrook Inc. Links for that are in chat and on the info page. Basically, everything I create gets lightly edited and put up there. We also have the Discord, like I was just talking about. Links for that are in chat and on the info page. General discussion, recommendations. I want to see me say something specific. We have a little list up there now. We've got the office pets for funny animal stuff. We've got the lunch break section for food stuff. We've got the art board stuff for any kind of art you create. Post the link over there. We want to see it. We've also got the water cooler jokes for the meme stuff, and then the after hours section for the looter stuff. And then last but not least, we have the Twitter at Hillbrook Inc. Again, Hillbrook is one word, INC. Schedule reminders, updates if there are changes, and notes from management to the board periodically. If you need a well thought out solution, you need a thinking solution. Raven Hillbrook Inc. Thinking Solutions. I want to thank everyone who stopped by, Ika and Vodafor Veg. Thanks for both stopping in. Any of the lurkers, thank you. You helped the Twitch world go around. Anybody checks on the VODs here on Twitch and anybody checks on the VODs on the YouTube repository, thank you. It's greatly appreciated. I hope everyone has a great American Thanksgiving. If you celebrate, if not, I hope you have a great day or a great one in general. I hope to see you all back tomorrow for the beginning of the 24-hour stream. Again, about 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Probably do a little bit of light social media stuff, and that's it for me. Again, have a good one, everyone. Bye.